We are live. So what's funny about that stingray?
Right when
So
you start,
you,
right when
You
you start
froze.
Google
oh, of
Plus,
course.
Google Plus, as soon as you start. So
Of
We are
course.
live. Freeze.
you're live.
We are live but frozen. Well, let me take two. Hello. We are live. Welcome to the season 5 finale of the Sausage Factory. 5 seasons, guys. My goodness, can you believe it?
Wow.
A lot of episodes, a lot of fun, hours upon hours of entertainment for the world. I hope the world appreciates it. I certainly hope the world appreciates it. We're going to follow. We're going to pull a Trump tonight. We're going to drop the mother of all bombs on you with our season 5 finale, Predator 2 live commentary dedicated to the memory of the late great Bill Paxton. We will also be doing a little Q&A after the commentary. So if you guys want to leave us questions, do so either in the live chat or tweet them at us. It'd probably be better if you tweeted them at us because I can kind of keep track of them in the live chat kind of after a while. Comments disappear. So anywho, I'm your moderator, Pizzal. Joining me tonight, I have got the Professor B-Movie Mike. What's up, Mike?
Hey, what's up, gentlemen? How we doing tonight?
Doing well. How you, sir?
Oh, pretty good. End of season 5. I can't believe it.
Great. Great.
Just think, Mike. We used to be able to see your whole face, and now it's just kind of the top of your head.
Shrinking. It happens with age or cold
It
water.
There you go. Yep, that's true. That's true. Mike just got out. Mike just got out of the pool.
Yeah, I was in the pool. Wow, we're still going strong. It's still as fun as it's ever been. It's like hanging out with friends. We've made friends. We have a loyal gathering of people that watch our show every week. It's been a lot of fun. I look forward to more. So here's to the end of one season and the beginning of another.
Absolutely. Also joining me tonight is Eric Easy E. How are you, buddy?
Hey, I'm doing great. Just happy to be here with you guys. This is a real pleasure for me.
Awesome. Also with me tonight's Jay the Stingray sporting a new haircut. How's it going, man?
What is up, guys?
Man, look at that.
Stingray 2.0
Oh, man. You got that cut.
coming at you.
What are we drinking tonight, Jay?
This is a little bit of dark magic, and I cut it. I cut it real short, so it really bites you, man. I'm gonna be fired up here in just a little bit. This is about 5 pods up in this thing right here.
Just wait for Danny to get on screen. He'll get you going.
He's never too old for this shit.
That's true. And also with me tonight is Rambo Raff. How's it going, Rambo?
doing good. About 5 seasons. It's as long as the A-Team.
Well, there's a bar you want to measure again.
Pay the fool.
Hey, more than Knight Rider in that. If we're gonna measure like that, Knight Rider only had 4 seasons.
It's true. I
we
know.
got more than Elf, man.
Oh, that's
I only had 4 seasons, so we
Wow.
beat it by a year.
It's crazy, man.
We're better than a puppet.
It's crazy. Who would have thought it would have, the show would still be going all these years later. Many episodes, many hours.
Rest in peace, Peter Weller.
Yes, Peter Weller. I think the entire series should be just an ongoing dedication to the life and times of Peter Weller. But how are you guys doing? Have you seen any good movies this week?
Not any movies. I've just been playing a game called Alien Isolation, which has been a lot of fun. It's a really good throwback to the original Alien.
Okay.
Nice.
The game's scary, man. I almost had to pretty much quit playing it.
Very tense. Yeah, very tense and suspenseful. It's a lot of good nuggets. If you're a big fan of the original Alien, there's a lot of you tell they put a lot of care into it.
That's cool.
A lot of details.
Yeah, I've seen some playthroughs and stuff. It looks really cool. I've been watching your playthrough as well, and it's pretty entertaining. So yeah, I may have to pick it up. I need to finish my own Resident Evil Biohazard playthrough, which I've skimped on that. So, but
What, part 7?
yeah.
I'm gonna have to ask for some tips from you, Piz, on that one. I'm like stuck down in the basement area.
You may actually be ahead of me, as a matter of fact.
Those damn little things.
You know, Jay, I owe you some Gears of War playing time. I forgot about that.
Oh yeah, man.
I got the Xbox up in my bedroom. That's the problem. Is I usually play downstairs, and that's where the PS4 is. But we'll make time.
Yeah, man. Let me know.
Chainsaw some dudes.
Sure.
Cool.
So, what are your thoughts on Resident Evil 7 so far?
So far, it's pretty good. I mean, it's not been like the other Resident Evil games, which I've only played like 2 of them. I enjoy the fact that it's first person. I enjoy the fact that it's not like up to the point where I'm at right now, it's not like, zombie apocalypse kind of game. You know what I mean? It's really kind of Texas Chainsaw Massacre-ish with zombies kind of. But I've enjoyed it. I've enjoyed it so far. I need to get back on it. I've skimmed.
I'm at the point I don't exactly know what's going on. I just know it's freaky as hell and it's really interesting. They're injecting these people with something and they're turning them into whatever monsters they are. That's all I know so far.
Yeah,
but it's really really cool. Really cool setting. I like it a lot.
Yeah, it's funny. I loved it, like in the first mission where the girl like cut your hand off with the chainsaw, and like you walk around holding it and it's spurting blood, and then to heal it, you just like pour this stuff on the stump and it heals. I was like, that's awesome. Yeah. Oh gosh, gaming. Too bad Orc's not here with us to talk about gaming because he'd be, yeah. Anyway, I think Mike had some technical difficulties. He'll hopefully be back soon. Anybody else see anything this week of note?
I was one of the backers of Mystery Science Theater coming back actually tonight. We'll all be on Netflix. And so I got early access to see the premiere, and then later in the week I got access to the rest of the season, and so I've been working my way through those. I like it. It's definitely Mystery Science Theater. I'm a legacy fan of that show, and I don't know whether any of you guys like the original show at all or not, or follow any of the offshoots like Riff Tracks or whatever. It's good, and it's definitely got the spirit of the show. I want to see the whole season before I come to any firm conclusions, but they I don't want to spoil. We've been told by Joel not to spoil anything, but one of the movies they watch is easily one of the most insane things I've ever seen. And I'll share it with you guys in the chat, but
Cool.
it's crazy. It's a movie that's funny without any funny jokes or commentary.
Okay.
Where is it available?
So, like I said, because I was a backer, I have access through this portal that I can watch it, but it'll be on Netflix tonight, Pacific time at 12:01.
Awesome.
Yeah, so all 14 episodes will be up, and then you can watch it on Netflix.
14, okay, 14 episodes.
Well, yeah, it's the largest Kickstarter in Kickstarter history. I think it even beat out Veronica Mars, and so originally it was for just doing 3 episodes, but it did so well that they were going to do 13 episodes, kind of like a usual 13 episode season, and then there was a stretch goal for an extra episode to do a Christmas episode. So now there's 14. So we'll see. I'm 6. I think I'm on my 7th now. Again, it's good. It's definitely getting better. That's the most encouraging thing, is that the first episode, while kind of cool to have it back, the new performers, I think, are getting used to what they're doing.
And I used to be a huge fan of that show. I felt like it kind of petered off there towards the end, and I haven't really. I've been kind of lukewarm on the Riff Track stuff, so I was kind of skeptical about it to begin with. But yeah, I really enjoyed it, or I did. Looking forward to the new stuff.
So it's new people? It's not the regular?
It's the creator of Mystery Science Theater, Joel Hodgson, who left the show. He was the host, and then he left the show midway through the 5th season. He got the rights to the show back, along with Shout Factory, who had been producing all of the DVDs from the old shows. So I definitely like, you guys are always talking about picking out like the latest horror film set or whatever. I'm always looking for the latest Mystery Science Theater set. They come out quarterly. He's behind it now, but he's not like, he's actually been on it a couple times as just like a cameo. But there's a new guy, Jonah Ray. He's a comedian. I think he's been on like the Nerdist, or that thing. I think he's friends with Chris Hardwick. And the bots are a couple of comedians that I'd never heard of before. But Felicia Day is the new mad scientist, and then Patton Oswalt is their assistant.
Okay.
It's like I say, I would encourage everybody to give it a shot. I'm an old curmudgeonly fan, and I miss the old show, and so I need to take a little time to get used to the new stuff.
Oh yeah, I don't like change.
Yeah, it's a little bit of that.
Yeah. What about you, Sting? Are you seeing anything good this week?
Yeah, I've seen some pretty cool stuff of note. Let's see. I saw Nocturnal Animals.
How was that?
It was okay.
Okay.
I wasn't crazy about it, but it was okay. And I saw The Handmaiden, which is the new Park Chan-wook.
Yeah.
And really enjoyed that one. Really, not the subject matter really wasn't that interesting, but shot really well. Beautiful movie. And I also saw The Arrival. You guys seen The Arrival yet?
The newer one with the
not the Charlie Sheen.
Yeah, I saw it in the theater. I really liked it.
Yeah, it's really intriguing. I liked it a lot.
Yeah. I'd like to watch The Handmaid. I know it's on Amazon Prime now, I do believe.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah, I do believe, yeah. So, I'm looking forward to checking that out. I've heard really good things about it.
It's a bit long. It's like 2 hours. It's pushing 3 hours, I think.
Yeah.
It's three segments. Different perspectives.
Did you see The Wailing?
I haven't seen that yet. It's on my list. That's another Korean film, right?
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's long, but it doesn't feel that long when you're watching it.
I've heard that. I think that's why I haven't watched it yet.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I enjoyed it. I watched they were two IFC midnight movies that have been hyped to the roof. What was it? Devil's Candy, and God, what was the other one?
Was it The Void?
No, not yet. That's on my list. It was House on Willow Street. Yeah. And the Devil's Candy's gotten like huge hype. And it's okay, I don't know. I didn't care for it.
I had to stop following a few folks on Twitter because of the Devil's Candy. The just nonstop post about how good it is. Well, not people, studios, I should say.
Yeah, it was all over Facebook. Like the IFC Midnight Facebook page must have spent $10,000 promoting that thing on Facebook, because it was all over Facebook, man. But I don't know. It was it was weird. Maybe I missed something, but there would seem to be like the biggest plot hole I've ever seen in a movie. We're talking like high tension type plot hole. Like right at the beginning of the movie, like a murder takes place in a house, and then literally a week later they've sold the house to this new couple, and it's like the quickest turnaround. And then the guy who committed the murder comes back to the house, and he's like, "What are y'all doing in my house?" Like it was literally that quick. Like the guy who committed the murder in the house, he left for a couple of days, came back and found these other people had completely moved in. He's like, "What are you doing?" I don't know. I don't know. And the House on Willow Street had some potential. It was interesting, but it didn't do it for me. I am looking forward to The Void, though. It's definitely on my list. I've heard some good things about it too. But
this reminds me, man. Did you see the photo ops for the Greasy Strangler at one of those conventions?
I did. Jesus God.
That cracked me up, man.
Yeah, geez, yeah. Let's. So people paid money to pose with those two guys like naked.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's Jesus God. I kind of got. Listen, I got really pissed off at Mad Monster Party this year because it's a horror movie convention, and I'm going, okay, why is like freaking there's like 10 guys there that wore suits in old Japanese movies. Who cares?
Oh,
Oh no.
Mad Monster Party got pissed.
Man, they are.
They're
They've
cracking
been
down. Pizza, are you there?
I'm not the only one with technical difficulties.
Well, yeah, it's. I think it was Mad Monster Party. They
Yeah, okay.
they
Yeah.
DDoSed me there,
They're
but
hacking.
I got really pissed off with that. I've loved Mad Monster Party in the past. This year they totally pissed me off with like their selection. It's like I just didn't get what they if it was a lean year or what, but you know I don't know, I was really pissed off.
So what did they have there?
They had
when you were
it was
responding.
basically like 9 guys from old Japanese horror movies that wore the monster suits. The Greasy Strangler guys. You had the guy who played Eddie Munster there, dressed as Eddie Munster to do photo ops, even though he's like 80 freaking years old.
Oh, that's sad.
Yeah, that's what I said. I was like, that's freaking sad.
Man.
And like they were pushing these photo ops so hard, and I'm going, "You're a horror convention. You don't have any horror people there." And
Danielle Harris?
No, I mean like they had like Kane Hodder. You know what I mean?
He does anything.
And I was so pissed off because they had Phil Anselmo from Pantera, and I so wanted to go meet him, but I was like, I can't justify all that money just for one person, even though it's Phil Anselmo. But yeah, I was just like, my God, I don't know. Anywho, that's my gripe. Mike, have your technical issues evened out?
I hope so.
Yeah, okay, you're there. Good. Have you seen anything good this week?
Nope, haven't had a chance. I was gonna watch a movie called Officer Down. It finally made it to Netflix.
Okay.
I haven't checked it out yet, but I do want to check it out sometime in the next week.
Oh, it's on Netflix? Awesome.
Yeah, I did see that on Netflix the other night. I was scanning through. I saw it.
I almost paid for it for VOD. Glad I waited.
I have recently introduced myself to the little-known subgenre of nunsploitation, and it's an interesting subgenre. I'll put it that way. A very interesting subgenre. So,
Nuns, as in like Catholic nuns, or am I misunderstanding?
Pretty much just
that.
Just nuns doing very un-nun-like things.
Is this like Pornhub style or what?
Yeah.
Exploitation.
Yes, and I'm excited because I heard that Synapse Films is releasing Blackenstein on Blu-ray. And I had no idea that was a real movie.
I've heard of it.
Were wonderful.
Like Blackula.
Yeah, The Simpsons did a thing where they were like, Blackula, followed by Blackenstein, followed by the Blunch Black of Bloater Blame. And I was like, there's no way those latter two are real. Well, Blackenstein is real. So I'm like, I've got to see that. It's supposedly horrible, but, it's Blackenstein. I've got to see it. So. Oh geez. Well, are you guys ready to dive into Predator 2?
Oh yeah.
We'll give you guys at home who want to watch the film with us a few minutes to get everything queued up. Let's cue our copy of Predator 2 up right at the very beginning of the movie, pre-credits 0.00. And we'll give everybody at home a couple of minutes to get their copy of the film queued up if they want to watch along with us. A reminder, we are doing the Q&A after the show. If you have questions for us, ask us anything. Probably the best way to do that would be to tweet that to us at TSF Nation. That link is in the video description, and we'll do a little Q&A at the end of the show. Mike, do you have any wise words for us this week? Mike, no, what? Mike, wait. Let's close. Let's close on your wise words.
Sounds good.
Let's have let your wise words lead us into the summer, and let's start things by taking a peek into Stingray Spotlight. What do you got for us this week, Stingray?
I got nothing, man. I got nothing. I got nothing.
Let's go. Let's take a walk into Eazy-E's abattoir. What do you got for us, Easy?
Oh, we're. I don't know. I think I covered it in my. I would have talked more Mystery Science Theater is probably what I would do.
Tell us about what's up with Twin Peaks. When are we going to see the new Twin Peaks season?
Oh well, actually, it was just announced today that Twin Peaks is going to premiere at Cannes, and so it's unclear if that will be. I mean, I would think it would be before the new season on May 21st, because what is Cannes like? Was that like May 18th, May 19th? I don't remember when that starts. But that will premiere there. So the first 2 episodes, the first 2 parts will be at Cannes. So that's, I think, the earliest anyone will see it if that happens to be before May 21st. But I don't think we're getting a trailer or anything for that until I'm pretty sure it's going to be like the show is just going to happen. In fact, I have a feeling that, even if they do like next time on Twin Peaks, like after the new episodes, it's going to be about as useless as the ones for like Mad Men or Breaking Bad, where they just show you like random shots of things that you can't really tell what's going to happen from anything they're showing you.
Right.
Secrecy is the name of the game on that one. So I'm psyched, man. We're getting close.
Got some new Twin Peaks stuff coming up. I think it's got pretty much, isn't it, most of the original cast back?
I mean, other than the people who aren't dead, they got most of them. There's a few that are missing. Piper Laurie is not a listed cast member, and she played Catherine Martell. But all the people that were part of her storyline, for the most part, are dead. Jack, oh God, his name's escaping me now. But and then Lara Flynn Boyle hasn't been announced either. Or even her replacement from Fire Walk with Me hasn't been announced either. I'm not sure how much I believe. You guys know there was like a big cast list released for Twin Peaks, kind of showing like all 217 people or whatever that apparently have a speaking part. I'm still not convinced that list is exhaustive. I think they're probably trying to hold some people back for surprises. Like, I have a hard time believing that like the character of Donna, which is who Lara Flynn Boyle played, won't be in this in some way.
Well, what's Lara Flynn Boyle been doing for the past decade and a half?
Wrecking her face.
Okay.
She look take our folks in the chat and maybe you guys just take a quick Google search and just type in Lara Flynn Boyle and you'll quickly see what I'm referring to.
I thought that was horrible. I thought that was a movie at first.
She's messed herself up, man. She has messed her face up.
She was gorgeous. Even so, I think Men in Black 2 was the last time I saw her with her original face. Gorgeous. She was aging wonderfully. She was beautiful, and I don't know what the hell she did to herself.
I saw her in something fairly recently, and man, it's just it's sad.
Yeah.
That's too bad.
So that's what she's been up to. But meanwhile, and again, her name is escaping me. Someone else played that character in Fire Walk with Me.
Are you what? Oh my God, dude!
Is that a live reaction?
Man, that's what happens when you party with Jack Nicholson.
Yes.
That's what happens when you
Nobody
party
can keep
with
up with that man.
Yes.
You party with Morgan, and you look like that.
Oh, Moira Kelly. I'm sorry, I had to look it up real quick. I couldn't think of it. Moira Kelly played Donna in Fire Walk with Me, the prequel movie. And take a quick look at Moira Kelly. She looks all right. She looks like a woman who's aged somewhat naturally, and she's doing okay.
Because I was still horrified.
Yeah, I mean, like, I'm looking at a picture of her before and after, and I'm like, she was a beautiful woman, and now she's like, I don't want to appearance shame anybody here, but I mean, oh my God, what? I don't, geez.
I'm a big Law and Order fan, and she actually guest starred on Law and Order in one of its last seasons, and that was the first time I had seen her in years. And so that episode comes up, and I'm like looking at this actress. I'm like, gosh, why do I know this person? Who is that? And then it was like, oh my lord, that's Donna Haywood. That's from The Practice. That's what did she do to herself?
I want to find whoever is telling women to inject this shit into their lips. Like, really needs to stop.
Well, first off, take a look at like Heather Locklear did the same thing. I don't think she quite looks as bad as Laura Flynn Boyle, but Heather Locklear like wrecked herself too.
She looks worse.
I thought she like her last time I saw Heather Locklear before she did that, she looked beautiful. She looked wonderful. She was aging like a person does, but still really pretty. I don't get it.
Unrealistic expectations.
I guess.
I mean, I get, there's not a lot of roles for actresses, particularly once they get out of like, the actresses' peak years are like from the age of 21 to 22. And then after that, you know what I mean?
Well, then you get the grandmother parts.
First off, now take a Google search and look up Machen Amik, who played Shelley in Twin Peaks.
No.
Check her out now. She is gorgeous. She's, I think.
Oh, that's right. No. I did see a picture of her just the other day, and it was like she looked exactly the same.
Yeah, she's on Riverdale now. She's going to be in the new Twin Peaks, and there were some pictures of her with Entertainment Weekly. She's hot as ever. Like, she's gorgeous. Like, that's aging gracefully right there.
I understand the pressure on people, and it's unfortunate that they feel they need to do that to themselves to stay competitive or relevant. But at what point do you look in a mirror and not realize how far wrong you've gone? Because there's one thing trying to beat the age, which you can't. It's inevitable. You're going to get older. Maybe you should plan ahead for that. I don't know. But how can you convince yourself that looks natural? That looks good.
It looks worse.
It looks better.
Yeah.
How can you say that looks better than natural aging? I mean,
it's a real. It really is that Hollywood stuff, man. I mean, that's the only thing I can think is it's like the pressure, and again, I know Piz was joking, but you're sort of not. I mean, it's like youth, beauty, that like kind of initial stage, that's hyped over everything else. So I can understand why actresses feel the need to do it.
I'm not making fun of any of these people. I understand the pressure, the unrealistic expectations of the industry. It's the industry that's causing this.
Yeah.
It's causing people to have these emotional problems and mental problems that make them think that this is what they have to do.
Yeah.
I mean, look at Meg Ryan, look at other actresses like that, because you go from being cast as the, young, attractive female to the mom.
Yep.
And nobody wants to be the mom.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, these women are working actresses, and, they can't get jobs. They can't eat. So.
Yeah, I understand the problem that actresses talk about. The guys can have leading man roles up into their 50s. They can still be sex symbols. They can still be the leading man. But, by the time a woman hits 30, she's the mom.
Yeah.
So I completely understand. It's unfair. It's not right. But unfortunately, that's the way the system is. You need to understand it when you go into it.
Yeah, well, but I mean, they get that stuff shot into their lips. They get their skin like stretched. They look like a fish. They look like a creature from a Lovecraft novel. You know what I mean?
I think it's starting to turn a little bit though, because I think, and maybe she bucks the trend, but like Charlize Theron first, I think, is probably hotter than she was even when she was younger. But I feel like she's sort of bucking that trend of like, oh, she's a mom now. I mean, she's starting to get like action movie roles, and she never got those when she was younger. So the pressure's real, and it's definitely not. It hasn't gone away, but I do think that there's an adjustment going on right now, and I think it's for the better. Again, I'll watch Charlize Theron movies till the sun goes down. Jeez.
One thing about Hollywood is they don't make reality; they make surreality. It's surreal.
Right.
Yeah.
So they're the worlds that they create are not bound by real laws. So you kind of have to understand that too. It's kind of a fantasy thing, and that's what they're selling. They're selling fantasy. They're not selling reality. But it's good to see that the trend is being bucked, and there are roles for real people, and I'm kind of glad to see that taking place. About time.
Yeah. So that's what I got.
Now, if only ugly people were allowed to make rock and roll again.
Yeah. There
that
you
would
go.
be great. Because when ugly people are making music, that's good shit.
I don't know. Prince was a pretty man.
I wasn't talking pretty. Prince was a talented person.
He's talking about Kiss when they had no makeup, and they're talking about lick it up.
I know. I'm picking
Ramones and
Lick it up.
Kiss and Aerosmith back in the 70s when they looked like homeless people. You know what I mean?
You're
Even
talking
the
about pretty.
Beatles toward the end of their career. You know, I'm sure somebody
Gene
handed John
Simmons.
Lennon a couple of fives every once in a while. Here you go, buddy. Get a sandwich.
Yeah.
You know,
Steven Tyler is pretty.
Even today.
heroin chic.
Yeah. But anyway, that's what's going on with Twin Peaks and in the state of women's Hollywood fashions. So
Yeah.
that's what I
I don't think anybody tuned into the season 5 finale of the Sausage Factory to hear us talk about the conundrums that female actresses have to face in Hollywood today about being young and staying young. And
Well, whenever somebody accuses us of being like chauvinist pigs or whatever, just point them back to the show.
Yeah,
Just
that's
go
what I'm
listen.
thinking.
Go listen to that. We are actually decent people. We just like to have
See,
fun.
now they're stereotyping
Right.
us based on a name. Come on.
Well, we're saying that they don't need to get the work done.
Yeah.
Don't get the work done.
well,
Right.
speaking about being stereotyped by the name, a guest for the show, who shall remain nameless, once asked me about the name and was like, what's that about? And I was like, it's just a fun thing, we're just a bunch of guys sitting around talking about movies. It's a Sausage Factory. He was like, oh, okay, but you see how that could be confusing, right?
We review porn
This is where
movies
you
with a
understand that we don't care.
Yeah. I mean, I guess he wanted to make sure that we weren't like
What?
a gay show. I mean, I don't know.
I see.
It was like, because he was like, you can see how that would be confusing, and I was like, it's cool,
See, yes, we are. We review every
We're all,
upcoming gay movie.
We're fine with our sexuality. We're confident. It's okay.
We have
And
B
it's
Junior to blame for that.
We do have B Junior to blame for that, and
He
of course,
couldn't run on us
where's
too.
Yeah,
Left
where's
us holding
B
the
Junior now?
sausage.
Yeah, where's B Junior now? Is the question. Oh God. Maybe season 6 we'll see the triumphant return of B Junior.
And we'll all give our P.O. boxes out, too.
Not.
One last thing, Mike. What are you vaping tonight?
Oh, it's my new favorite flavor. It's still in the Jam Monster series, but this is apple jam on buttered toast. It's amazing.
Whoa.
Oh wow.
Oh God. Wow.
It's
Apple
amazing.
jam on buttered toast.
25% buttered toast. It was 25% toast, 25% butter, and 50% apple jam. Good stuff.
Oh,
The
I guess
people
that's
making this are true artists because the complexity to create that flavor must be immense.
It's a scientist in a lab coat in a lab somewhere created that flavor.
Yeah.
That's funny. That's crazy, man.
It's kind of a version like craft beer. It's awesome. I love it.
If they make one of Mellow Yellow, I am trying vapor for first
I'm pretty
time.
sure they have it, man.
I'm sure they do. Yeah, I'm sure they do.
Then I guess
What if
I'll
it
try it.
What if it was all butter, Mike? What would that taste like? If it was 100% butter.
I don't know. It'd be weird.
Have you guys tried the jelly bean challenge?
No.
The bean boozled deal?
The where you spin the wheel and it lands on a certain color and you don't know, like red could be cherry or it could be like dirty diapers.
Yeah.
And what's funny is when you bite into it, how does it's weird because it's like some chemist somewhere has sat down and created the taste of grass clippings and of rotten eggs and like all this nastiness and put it into a jelly bean.
Yeah.
And it tastes, just like what it's like. You don't know what you're getting until you bite into it.
No, thank you. Sick
pretty-
individuals.
Yeah, pretty interesting. There were some pretty nasty ones, as I recall.
Rotten eggs, rotten fish, rotten milk, spoiled milk,
Ugh.
dog food.
Dog food, yep. Dog food, yep.
They taste exactly like that shit too.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Who's the taste tester on that? Yep, that tastes like diarrhea. That's perfect.
Diarrhea.
You can just imagine somebody
Who's
sitting around eating
experienced in the flavor of diarrhea?
who's got
Or
a
dirty
handful
diapers.
of booger flavored jelly beans.
Yeah.
Oh.
Crazy.
Is the taste tester limited to his own, or does he have to taste everybody's? What? Oh, weird.
That's gross, man. I almost threw up.
Where do you even get these jelly beans? Like,
You can. It comes in a game. It's the jelly bean game. Yeah. So every color's got 2 flavors. So like the yellow color could be lemon, or it could be rotten eggs.
So they send you this in the mail, or you get this at a store?
You can buy it in a store.
You can buy it anywhere. Yeah, they sell it at convenience stores around here.
Yeah, I'll know to avoid it.
Yeah.
Jesus.
They did a Harry Potter one too. I forget the name of it, but it was somehow affiliated with that movie.
This is what Harry Potter's ass tastes like, or something.
I haven't done that one.
There's some kind of magic bean thing. They sell them out at Universal. I haven't tried them.
It has some funny name to it. Yeah, whatever.
Well, guys, let's go ahead and get things started. Let's count down from 3. We've got all of our copies of Predator 2 lined up at the very beginning, pre-credit 0.00. So if you guys want to watch, join in with watching the movie with us. We'll count down from 3, and then we'll get this party started. So, in 3, 2, 1, press play.
YOLO.
YOLO swag 420 for work. Does anybody remember the last time they saw Predator 2? Let me throw that out there, because it's been a couple of years for me.
I'm sure I haven't seen this movie in at least 10 years.
It's probably been 20 for me.
Whoa.
For me, last month.
Yeah, like 2 weeks ago, maybe, for me.
Last month when Bill Paxton passed away, I popped this in because this has always been one of my personal favorite movies in general.
Okay, cool.
Because to me, it was the right idea to go. It was go the opposite ends, location, pacing.
It seemed logical. I mean, the Predator is attracted to areas of combat, war zones. Inner cities are pretty known for their violence, so it makes sense to me that he would go to a city.
An urban jungle, yeah.
An urban jungle. There's people with weapons fighting. There's plenty of combatants. I mean, and plus he's drawn to the heat.
Yeah.
I thought that the future angle was interesting, though, too. Is that this is sort of like a futuristic I mean, again, it's a recognizable LA, but like their guns are slightly more advanced, and there's like this odd technology they have. I thought that was an interesting choice. Like I always wondered if that was if they did that because Schwarzenegger didn't come back.
Well, Schwarzenegger, a lot of people bitch because he wasn't in it, but he wasn't an LA cop. He was a commando. Exactly. He was a mercenary. So why would he be there? Unless they called him in, which would seem kind of convenient.
Well, I don't know if the original script for it took place in the city this way. It might have been a different plot entirely.
He was going. The role he was going to play was kind of Gary Busey's.
I love the gang members. Sorry,
I love this opening, man. It's just
all this
bad shit out of the gate.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one guy is like, "You fucking pendeos." Coming up. And I think that's the guy who's someone told me that's Rico Suave.
Oh, really?
When he comes up.
It's Gerardo. Yep, it's Gerardo.
Oh, wow.
That's hilarious.
So when he pops up in a little bit.
Do you ever notice that these movies in the late 80s, they're depicting kind of a slightly futuristic world? The news is always just like outright showing graphic violence. And I'm referring to RoboCop as another example, too.
Yeah,
it was Rico Suave.
I have to expect Paul Kersey to live in this reality.
Paul Kersey would love
this
this
movie.
Definitely the Death Wish
Predator versus Death Wish.
Death Wish 6. Kersey versus Predator.
Wait, is there a Death Wish 6?
There's 5.
There's 5.
There's only 5. Okay.
He was pretty much riddled with Alzheimer's in the 5th one. Unfortunately, that's the truth.
But yeah, this is just like the perfect way to start this movie. It's just so crazy. Everything's blowing up. There's a million gunshots going off.
It looks like it's about 100 degrees. Gee, I don't know what would attract the Predator. It doesn't make sense.
This looks like what my grandmother would think the city would be like now.
Morton Downey Jr. Oh my God, I forgot about him.
I like the way this reporter's dressed.
This guy, yeah.
Yeah,
he's like dressed like an old 1970s kind of beat reporter, but for some reason he's a TV anchor in futuristic LA.
Have you ever seen his TV show? Are you familiar with that guy?
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm not. What did he do?
Great casting.
It's kind of Jerry Swinger before Jerry Swinger, but not with guests. He was sort of a shock jock, like angry.
It's kind of like if they took Phil Donahue and Jerry Springer and put them into one person, it would be him.
That sounds horrifying, but okay.
Oh, so he's kind of just playing himself then.
Pretty much, just a loudmouth, big mouth jerk.
Got it.
Look, I love the guns. Everything has a scope or some sort of laser sight on it.
Yeah.
This movie cracks me up, by the way, guys. So I'm probably laughing a good bit during this thing.
Isn't the Hispanic dude in Fear the Walking Dead? Isn't he like the badass like Hispanic guy on that show?
His name is Ruben Blades.
Then it is him. I could think of the actor's
name. And then that guy
behind him is the police chief from
Lethal Weapon.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's a great cast.
Maria Conchita Alonso. I don't know if you mentioned her yet.
Oh yeah.
I noticed her.
Ruben Blades. What a badass name is that, man?
Yeah.
I found myself wondering if that's actually his name because they all change their names when they go out there.
Probably not.
Yeah. I've heard him pronounce it Blades though.
Oh, really?
Oh, okay.
Wow.
He's a big. He was a big political figure in Mexico in the Hispanic community, right around this time, as a matter of fact.
Cool.
I've always,
really good actor, just not been in a whole lot of stuff. It doesn't seem like it, especially lately.
Yeah, I loved him in Fear the Walking Dead, though.
I watched that for the first season and then I gave up. But he was the only good character on it. I'll give him the credit that he was the one person I enjoyed watching on a horrible show.
Yeah.
He's a total badass.
Perry's going, hey.
I've always really liked Danny Glover's physicality in his movies. Like he moves like a real person. Like a curmudgeonly, old guy. He's very physical. You know what I mean?
He's 35 years old, but he's lumbering like he's 90.
Lumbering, that's the word. He lumbers in every movie he's in.
Was he ever he's like an action hero in this movie. Was he ever in any other than Lethal Weapon, which, would you even consider that really like an action movie? But was he like an action guy, action actor?
Actually, I think the Lethal Weapon series kind of kicked off his action movie period.
That's probably how he got this, I would guess.
Yeah, the cocaine. I love the cocaine.
Just the big handful of it. He threw it in his own face.
Because the other
the
other two people that were going for it before Danny Glover was Patrick Swayze and Steven Seagal.
As much as I love those guys, I don't want to change a thing.
Yeah, exactly. I think Glover's perfect.
Because Steven Seagal, he would do Marked for Death, which has a lot of the Jamaican stuff with Fox. And this is a total badass scene.
I just wasted 10 people.
Assholes!
I don't see Seagal being that physical either. I just see him walking up to him casually and just killing him off with his bare hands.
Well, because he always had to be this unstoppable machine in his movies. I think that was him.
Well, at least at this point, he was at his physical peak.
Yeah.
So it wouldn't have been, the donut monk.
Yeah, the donut monk.
But it seemed like Danny actually cared. There's energy to him, to his performance.
See, this is I think we talked about this last week, or I don't remember when, but there's something about movies. The opening of this movie is telling us everything we need to know about our main characters and about the world they live in. There's just a friggin' war on the streets of LA, and Danny Glover's a badass.
But it's not tons of exposition. It's
right. It's showing us exactly right.
Not just telling, And that's what I love about this movie. This is literally one of the fastest paced movies I've seen. Which makes sense because the first one is a slow burn. You can't do a slow burn again because we've already seen The Predator. So it's
what's up.
We're just waiting to show us what we've already seen. So
it's the perfect direction to go in, I think.
Yeah.
I love it. Exactly. Now we join our story in progress.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, Predator is almost like a sci-fi slasher movie when you think about it. If you think about the way that movie begins, it sets our characters, it puts them in a place, and then they're getting stalked for a while, and there's kind of a mystery around what's happening, and then it turns into some action and whatnot.
One-on-one,
Well, Alien's a lot like that too.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And Aliens did the same thing. They did the kind of suspenseful thing, and then the big action sequel.
And it's weird to say that movies, they simply don't look like this anymore. They look cheaper. Or,
Yeah.
I don't know, just something about the colors. It's not muted. It's not. I don't know if that's because it went from film to digital. We've lost something, or what the deal is.
I don't. That's a good question. I don't know. I think it's also just the attitude. Like movies, like if this movie was made today, it would be just so like, it'd be the Big Mac. It'd be, it would be factory line. Everyone would taste exactly the same. You know what I mean?
It would be garbage.
Even the drug dealers would be like attractive people though too. Like look at all these like really meaty faced ugly dudes as the bad guys. You'd have like I don't know, Antonio Banderas would be like the leader or something. Some like big handsome guy. Like you wouldn't just have these great character actors.
They're using real squibs and real explosions, and I think that really adds to it. It's not added in post digitally.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Even the little stuff with the sweat stains. I mean, you wouldn't do that because it'd be too ugly. It's too. You gotta be put
nice.
proper.
There he is.
And it's the attitude. It's unapologetic. It's non-PC, and that's not what Hollywood is today.
Yeah.
Hollywood today is the total antithesis of that.
When social media is complete opposite of that.
Right.
Yeah.
I do have some hope for The Predator because Shane Black and Fred Dekker are involved in it, but
yeah. I'm just afraid they're going to get noted to death. That's my fear.
That's a definite possibility.
Actually, when Predators came out, I had some hope because Robert Rodriguez was part of it. And at that point, I'm like, hey, Planet Terror.
Man,
I saw it and I hated it.
I know you don't like the movie, and I don't particularly care for it either, but after those two, AVP movies, that was a welcome thing for me, man, just because I thought it was handled much better, but yeah, I didn't particularly like it. I didn't like the casting.
The casting was horrible. They could have went in better directions with the I'm sorry.
Topher Grace.
Topher Grace.
Adrian Brody was not the right lead.
Why was Hollywood trying to make him like an action star? Where did that come from?
I have no idea.
Which one, Adrian Brody or the other guy?
I actually would buy Adrian Brody as an action star more than Topher Grace. I'm referring to Topher Grace.
Okay, yeah. They ruined two fucking franchises, man. He ruined the fucking Spider-Man movie, too.
But, I mean, that was a film that was a sequel, but it just did the same thing as the original film, and that's one of the reasons why I didn't like it. It was just treading the same ground. Almost has the same finale. A guy with no shirt saying, come on, kill me, do it now. Yeah. It's the same thing.
Do it now!
I love the gore.
Yeah.
That's the other thing.
This movie.
The violence in this movie is just like graphic, gory stuff that you didn't see other than like in like a slasher movie or something.
And they got an NC-17, so they had to cut some stuff back.
Yeah.
But apparently James Cameron's a fan of the movie because the editor, Mark Goldblatt, mentioned in the podcast that he had shown him the NC-17 cut of this movie. So,
I mean, just look at how Danny Glover's dressed too. Like he's all like rumpled, and he just looks like a guy. He looks like a cop.
Yeah, and there's something about like the movie just looks so like. It looks so sticky and uncomfortable. Like everybody just looks uncomfortable and sweaty and just nasty and stinky too.
Yeah,
like it would be.
We haven't gotten to the Rastafarians yet.
Yeah.
Well, they're cool because they're. I mean, cool. Not cool as in you're cool, but I mean their metabolism and everything's totally slowed down because they're smoking those giant blunts that are like those big hog legs. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's actually interesting as I'm watching this again, those little things like earlier when Danny is unsure about going on top, and then later on establishes he's afraid of heights. Even just then, Moonblaze was touching this thing on his necklace, and then when he dies, that's the thing that falls to the ground. Is that thing he was touching and stuff. I think Stephen Hopkins did a great job, and he's a guy who, considering the last film he did was Elm Street 5, this is a total 180.
In quality and in
Well, I've always thought he was kind of underrated as a filmmaker. He was very, very visual filmmaker.
Yeah, I liked Judgment Night as well.
Yeah, I like Judgment Night too. Predator 2, of course. Blown Away, I think, is okay. I even think Nightmare on Elm Street 5 looks good.
Right.
I think Blown Away was pretty successful.
Yeah, I thought that did pretty well.
Yeah, I think it came out right around the same time Speed did.
I forgot that Robert Davey is in this movie. Holy shit!
Oh wow!
This was before like his face was like filled with asteroid craters.
It's working on it. I got the Blu-ray.
I think
yeah, you can see him.
I think this is same year he did Maniac Cop 2. 1990.
No one says fuck like Danny Glover. He puts so much energy to fucking.
Really emphasizes it.
But I know one reason Arnold said he didn't want to do it because he didn't like the idea of it being in the city. He thought it was the wrong idea.
Well, he was wrong.
Well, I mean, hey, here's why it's good. He got to do Total Recall, which is the same year, and then we got Predator 2, so we got 2 good movies.
That's what I was gonna say. Like, this is probably shot in '89, maybe.
Yeah.
I think so, yeah.
So
Same time doing Total Recall.
Yeah, Arnold was working on something.
Yeah.
God, not like probably multiple things.
Oh, sure, yeah.
Yeah.
It's the non-Baldwin brother Baldwin guy.
Adam Baldwin from Full Metal Jacket.
Oh, is he in this too?
Animal Mother.
Yes.
Yep.
God.
There's Nolte.
We were talking about
Gary.
God damn it.
Ned
Talked
Nolte
about
brother.
Nick Nolte earlier, man. I always do that.
We were talking about aging. Adam Baldwin, like he looks in this movie like he looks now. Like that guy's aged really well.
Yeah. Yep. It's true.
Cinematic gold. Just get Danny Glover screaming on a street corner.
In 2 years, as El City will be.
To be honest with you guys, I think I may actually enjoy this movie more than the first Predator. I mean,
I can see that. I mean, I love the first one, but I love this either as equal. At least I think what it is for me is just I'd never understood the big hate for it, and it's always
the cast of the first one. I was watching the helicopter scene on YouTube the other night with Jesse Ventura. I mean,
I was
there are
about
so
to
many
say
classic moments.
That's what I was gonna say. The cast of the first one is incomparable. Like, there's a good cast in this, but holy crap, just the list of names in that first movie, their chemistry with each other. I think that's probably why that movie edges this one out. Would be my view.
well, I mean, I guess I just say when I'm going to reach for a movie to watch, I would reach for this one just because I've seen Predator so many
There
times.
he is.
And I know it backwards and forwards.
There he is, guys.
yes,
The man himself.
Jerry Dandridge, the Lone Ranger.
Like great Bill Paxton.
Mm.
And I mean, this movie had a really freaking good cast in it too.
Yeah.
I mean, all the way up and down. I mean, yeah, and Bill Paxton's like, what would you say, the fifth lead in the movie? So I mean, when Bill Paxton's your fifth lead, I mean, and you're looking up at people like freaking Gary Busey. You know what I mean? You've got a wild cast.
I understand what you're saying, Jay. This movie has like a RoboCop type feel to it.
Yeah.
Yep.
So this could almost be RoboCop versus Predator, which would have been awesome.
That would have been a great movie.
I think they did that in the comics at some point.
Oh, I'm sure they
It's
did.
Batman.
They did that too.
And I love how Gary Busey's just totally crazy in this movie.
Yeah.
Yes.
This was before his accident, wasn't it?
Oh, well before. I don't think that happened until, like, wasn't that over the past 15 years? I thought he made it through the 90s with his head intact.
I don't think so.
But even before, before. Sorry, go ahead.
I don't think the accident created the craziness. I think the craziness was always there, just
cocaine.
bubbling underneath the surface.
But it probably amplified it, though.
December 5th of 88 is when that accident was.
Oh.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
88. And then he may be kind of a joke punchline now, but I always thought he was a good actor.
He played a great villain. Like, holy shit! Like his Lethal Weapon villain is like he's truly chilling. You know, the final fight with him is really good.
Oh, yeah.
He's good in this.
Absolutely.
You know.
Yeah. For sure.
I never thought he quite worked as comic relief. Like I think he just like in what is it, Point Break, where he's the partner.
Oh, man,
Like
yes.
he's just really goofy and weird, and I don't know.
I love it.
But he was still halfway normal, though.
Well, I guess that's true.
For him. I remember him. I think the first thing was Buddy Holly. The Buddy Holly story. He was great in that. I saw him in DC Cab and some other stuff. I mean, I was always a fan. It was sad to see him go to Crazy Town like that.
Let me take a moment here to welcome a new viewer to the show. A viewer who goes by the username of Cole Has AIDS. Welcome to the show.
Wow.
You serious?
Yep.
That's pretty awesome.
He just tweeted at us with a very nice thing. He said, "Can we all agree that Predator 2 is inferior to anime? I love to use maple syrup to beat off to My Little Pony cartoon. Derp, derp."
Boy, I tell you.
Oh man.
Oh goodness.
That's a name I didn't think I'd hear.
Came
I
out to
could have
show
went my whole life without hearing that, actually. But, you know, takes all kinds.
I like how Danny Glover literally killed like 20 people an hour earlier. Now he's just, hanging around the police house, just, joking, cracking wise.
He killed people that were killing cops, so I'm sure he feels okay with it.
Where's the... Yeah,
defending the villain.
If somebody's shooting at me and then I kill them, yeah, I'm going to be fine having a sandwich a half hour later because I'm still alive. You know what I mean?
Well,
yeah, of course I'm going to be glad they're dead. They tried to kill me.
80s style.
Yeah, 80s style. There we go.
See, in the 80s, when a cop killed 20 people, no paperwork.
Right.
Yeah. That's what I'm talking about.
They were like, were you justified? Yep. No.
They just couldn't show the paperwork because it would have been like a 20-hour film and nobody would have liked it. Paperwork sucks.
Paxton's dressed like a stand-up comedian for this role.
Yeah, it's that like near future look they're trying to go for. I don't know exactly what it is.
It looks like Brad Pitt from Cool World.
Like a zoot suit or something he's got on there.
Maybe he was rocking out to the squirrel nut zippers back then.
My God. Serious Paxton.
And yes, the squirrel nut zippers were an actual band.
I'm guessing you weren't into what the hell they call that, ska or some shit?
Not necessarily. No.
I don't picture Mike as a big ska fan. No.
And see, this director knows what we want. The next scene.
There you go.
Although I am a fan of punk, and the band Rancid has flirted with ska on several albums, and I enjoy them. Maybe their ska songs aren't my favorite of theirs, but, I don't hate it.
Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about.
Growing up, this might have been the most graphic, sex scene I'd seen up to this point. Because I think I'd seen, horror movies and whatnot, but those are always just nudity and pretty tame. This was
She was into it.
Yeah, it was a vivid experience.
And that boosh.
I had already seen Caligula by then, so I was not shocked.
Well, like Piggy was saying, you would never see this today.
It is odd to see Bush. That's how you knew you were watching an R-rated flick back then. Oh, Bush, it's R.
At what point in the movie are you guys? My DVD kind of lagged up.
I'm at 23.
Somebody's hanging upside down and there's a bush.
Yeah, the Rastafarian is making some threats here.
Well, we got Bush. We got Bush over here, Biz.
I'm almost at 23:45.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm right aligned with you, Rambo. So I'm about the same spot.
I mean, look, you got sex, a guy hanging upside down naked with his ass hanging out, get his heart cut out.
Is that Terry Weigel? I think she was a Playboy Playmate.
They wouldn't do this nowadays.
That was Terry Weigel, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, I met her actually at a World of Wheels expo along with Scotty from Star Trek.
Huh?
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, James Doohan? That's awesome.
Yeah, he was cool. I was like, Scotty's at World of Wheels? Whatever.
Jeez. Oh, shit.
That guy didn't feel that, though. You see how big that joint was?
There's some good going, man.
I think also this is the movie where the Predator has like the biggest body count too. Just goes to town on everybody.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. Yeah.
See, that was kind of the advantage of doing it in the city versus the jungle, is he only had like those 8 guys to deal with or whatever.
Yeah.
And the new weapons they introduced were so cool, like that net thing that just cuts into your skin.
I love the net.
And in the sequel, the body count's got to be higher.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Just
I love the net, but the disc is my favorite at the end.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
That's
the disc.
great.
The smart disc.
I do like how as they're like shooting, they keep kind of going through the guy hanging upside down dead. Like his head keeps jerking from bullet hits.
Yeah, that is a touch most people would just not even think of, but it does help.
Stephen Hopkins thinks of it. God bless him.
Well, I mean, if the Predator didn't kill him, Steven Seagal would kill him and mark for death, so either way they'd be dead.
Oh my God.
Okay. Jack Craven says the guy that was hanging upside down, his heart was cut out, and the Jamaican guy was holding it. That was one of the gore parts that was cut out.
Yeah, from the NC-17.
Ah.
Yeah, that guy Jack Craven is a wealth of information.
That's not available anywhere, is it? The NC-17 is not.
I was gonna say, is there an uncut version of that movie?
Hell
An uncut version of everything.
Yeah, never been available.
Wow.
Sadly, I would guess it's probably in bad condition, like the NC-17 cut of Cliffhanger.
Oh.
Sometimes they just don't take care of it. So.
Oh, come on! Shout Factory can do it.
If that footage even still exists,
Exactly.
probably not in good condition.
Yeah.
Because if this film was a big bomb when it came out, so the studio didn't care what it kept or not.
So what was out when this was out? How did this bomb? It seems interesting.
Because there was no Arnold. There's no Arnold, so people didn't go see it because, Arnold's died. Why should I go see it? Because that's the big consensus. Anytime I ask someone, why don't you like it? Because Arnold's not in it. That's like the common thing I keep hearing.
Well, it was established that the Predators had been visiting the Earth for millennia during different periods of war. So why would Arnold be in every... Is he going to travel back in time and fight him in the 1500s or something? I mean...
Yeah.
Some people can't let go of shit. It's a continuing story. He was just one chapter.
This may sound weird, but I don't really consider Predator like an Arnold vehicle because it's such an ensemble cast that...
Right.
Yep.
Me too.
Yeah.
I agree. I don't think of Predator as an Arnold movie like I do Commando or
Terminator.
You know what I mean? Even like Terminator, really. That's an Arnold movie.
Mm-hmm.
That's true, because Arnold, again, it's only really at the end of Predator, beginning of the third act, maybe even a little bit into that, when he's by himself and he's really facing off with the creature. Up to that point, he's supported by everybody else, and it's a very collegial type thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. I remember reading rumors that Busey's role was supposed to be Arnold, because they kept trying to get him even in just a cameo role, and that he would be the Gary Busey role, but he wouldn't do it, and so they got Gary Busey.
I think, that sounds familiar. As a matter of fact, that sounds familiar. There's a good making of. I don't know if it's on the Blu-ray, but it was on the 2-disc DVD release, and they talked about a lot of stuff. They may have mentioned that, as a matter of fact.
Yeah.
This came out November 1990. It debuted at number 4.
Wow.
Home Alone was number 1. That was the one that was
that's
killing
why.
everything.
Okay.
Yeah,
Then it was
destroyed everything else.
fucking 3 Men and a Little Lady was number 2.
Wow.
And then Dances with Wolves was number 3. So
Yeah, it's tough.
and it made a total of 30 million.
Wow.
Total. So, but yeah, Home Alone, fucking Macaulay Culkin. It's his fault.
So it seems kind of like an odd time to release, a Predator movie too in November.
Mhm.
Seems like this would be, which I mean, maybe if they released it in the summer, it still would have flopped. But
Yeah, this doesn't feel like a November movie to me. It's in the summer in the movie.
Yeah,
Everybody's
yeah,
hot
they
and
do that.
sweaty.
yeah,
Maybe they thought, if you're a fan of action, there's no other action movies that maybe you go see it compared to Home Alone.
Or maybe even Fox didn't have the faith in it to make it a big summer release.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe they didn't put any money behind advertising either. I don't remember seeing
true
any.
too. That's true
anything
too.
about it. Like in those days, if you didn't see a commercial on television, you didn't know it was out.
Yeah. Adam Baldwin.
Perhaps the best Baldwin.
Well, without a doubt, the best Baldwin.
No doubt, yeah. No contest.
I wouldn't question that.
Well, I don't know. You do have Stephen Baldwin of Biodogs.
Yeah, and Stephen Baldwin was the bomb in The Usual Suspects. So
That's true. I don't know. Daniel Baldwin turned in some good work on Homicide, Life on the Street. Big fan of that show.
I liked him in Vampires.
I like
Baldwin
Cheryl Lee's ass in Vampires.
Alec Baldwin was great in that just venomous phone call he left for his daughter that time. that voicemail. He was great in that.
Called her a pig.
Called her a pig. Yeah,
Yeah, being an asshole just comes really natural to that guy.
I think so.
He's
Yeah.
really good at it.
He keeps getting away with it. That drives me friggin' crazy. Like friggin' Mel Gibson has been in the Hollywood's basement for like 15 years now, and Alec Baldwin just gets to go around and be an asshole to everybody and yell at his daughter and do all kinds of shit. And he's everybody's hero.
Yeah. The anti-Semitism may have had something to do with it.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm not. Listen, I'm not defending Mel. I'm just saying, like, there's all kinds of people in
I'm just
Hollywood
saying.
that do crazy shit, and for some people are held accountable for it and are like blacklisted,
Well,
and then others get away with it. Chris Brown beat the shit out of Rihanna, and he's still out making music, and big name.
Eric, we're not trying to say that you promote anti-Semitism, but I mean, you've got a history. You've got it, and anyway,
There was a Holocaust. True or false?
Oh man, when Shia LaBeouf was doing his camera thing, he was standing there screaming into the camera, and this guy walks up to him and goes, "Hitler did nothing wrong." He lost his shit. It was hilarious.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god.
I love it when people bug that guy because he's such a.
I don't get why he's in the news all the time.
Well, his last movie sold 3 tickets on opening day.
Yeah. And then I just heard it's like he's given up his whole thing and he's gonna go live in a cabin by himself for a while. Like, why is that news? Why is there internet space wasted on this?
Yes, please go ahead. Bye.
yeah, I'm not sure,
go away.
sure what's up. That guy needs some help, man. He's like a loose cannon. He's crazy. He's out of his freaking mind.
He's turned in some good work though, man. I can't dispute some of the stuff he's done. He was good in that tank movie.
Oh yeah,
Fury.
I missed that one.
That's true.
Fury. No, you're right.
Oh, okay.
For a second, I wasn't sure if you were being sarcastic, but no, that is a legitimate movie.
No, I really believe me. I'm all geared up to hate the guy, but he's actually done some good stuff. I think.
Yeah, I liked that movie he was in with Tom Hardy. I don't remember.
I'm trying to think of the name of it too.
But I liked that movie.
Oh,
I
what was it called?
actually liked Eagle Eye.
Oh, really?
Not seen that one.
I haven't seen.
No, I was never saying he was untalented. I was just saying he was an asshole.
Well, I mean, he's got some issues. He's got some serious.
That's
I think
true.
I am saying he's untalented. I'll go ahead and be on the record with that.
You're only saying that because of his religion.
I mean, have you guys not seen Even Stevens at all? I mean,
I missed that one.
Come on, guys. Holes? Jeez.
yeah.
Transformers.
That's a great movie. He was great in that movie with Thora Birch. The Hole, right? Right. I'm trying to be funny. Nobody got
Okay.
it.
I was trying to think what movie that is. I can't think of the last time I even saw Thora Birch in a movie.
That's the last good Thora Birch movie I think was The Hole.
Mm-hmm.
See, even Glover's not picking up on this. Ruben Blades has got to figure this shit out.
It's Blades. It's got to be Blades, man. It's badass.
Blades.
Blades, party of two. Your table is ready.
Now that's a name right there. Mr. Blades. Can you imagine, like I'm sure when he gets a phone call, he answers it, he's like, "This is Blades. Talk to me."
Now,
Go for Blades.
that's cool. Just in terms of like a prop, that's pretty neat. What he like that flashlight turns into a headlamp. It seems like such a small thing. That's just really cool, like prop work, like future technology stuff.
Yeah.
Taking it straight to Shark Tank.
Simple enough to be believable, but it's still
Right. It's not like some ludicrous thing. It's just like he took it and he opened it and he like put it on his head. That's cool.
Yeah, practical.
Did you guys see earlier he had some scanner? He was scanning these columns.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what the hell he was doing there.
Yeah, not sure what that was about either.
Maybe it was like a DNA thing or something. Or...
Yeah. How would you get any usable DNA from that room? Jeez.
Well, I'm not sure what it
I'm joking. Just it's like the floor and the walls are covered in blood.
If there's any sperm, I'll catch it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there's probably some of that there too.
I've always thought this is like a weird like apartment where they've got the vents and stuff all the way up there.
Yeah.
I don't know, it's just, I mean, I'm sure it's a set. They made it like that purposely, but I was always, even as a kid, I was like, that's weird.
Yeah, it's more like commercial.
Yeah.
Like a commercial grade.
Well, if they're that rich, you can afford it.
It's almost like, you ever go to an indoor mall, all the AC units are way up in the ceiling.
Poor
I always
Blades.
thought this was kind of like a chump predator kill.
Off screen.
Yeah, well, it's kind of like the guy's just like looking at something and he just kind of like walks up and just kills him from behind. He's usually more action oriented than that.
Well, since he's been watching him, you'd also figure that he would think that he was on the good guy side because he's been watching these. He hasn't attacked the cops yet. And he's seen that guy with the cops. So yeah, that was kind of a questionable kill for me. It's like, that he's with the other guy and they're,
Well, I always think it was that he's been watching Danny Glover the whole time and he's trying to taunt Danny Glover because later on he uses that guy's necklace in the cemetery to taunt him. So it's like he wants a one-on-one mono with Danny Glover because he knows.
Yeah.
That's kind of the way I've always kind of thought of it too. Yeah.
And I think he goes after him because he's finding, like, he found his weapon. Because they're not really supposed to be like making their presence known, and so he killed him. It was more like covering his ass than a pure predator kill.
Yeah.
But yet he doesn't take the weapon. It remains in Ruben Blades' hand. Remember?
Oh yeah.
So yeah, it could have been, hey, if I'm going to pick a fight with this guy, I'm going to have to kill his friend.
Yeah. Well, he sees that he's the Danny Glover's character is a predator as well. So I kill his best friend. That makes him, gives him some motivation.
Yeah. There's another great Danny Glover fucking.
Oh, and this moment coming up, I always love it. I love the end when he does this kind of slap right across Busey's face. I thought it was just badass intimidation thing.
There's another one. Good one. The best fuck man in the business.
The worst one is Sam Jack.
That. That little slap there.
Oh, man. Oh.
Like,
You know those dudes would have fought in real life, man. That slap right there in the face would have been... Ooh, it would have gone on.
And this around the time you had a lot of Alien in the City movies. You had The Hidden, you had I Come in Peace, you had all these other kind of movies where it's a good time. They don't do that kind of movie nowadays.
You had The Hidden 2.
Fuck that movie.
You had Amanda and the Alien.
Oh, God.
There's a scorecard.
Just like everything that's good, it eventually.
Do you guys remember the hard copy back in the day when they had those shows?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's totally like mimicking that exactly.
Yeah.
That's just studio stuff. It's like, oh, that movie made money. Let's make a dozen more like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does Glover's pants need to be like up over his belly button like that?
He's been on the force for 15 years. Maybe they're just trying to push the old guy stereotype. You know, the older you get, the higher your pants are supposed to go.
That's the rank.
And zipping your fly to eat eventually.
Paxton looks like a 50s greaser.
Well, that kind of stuff kind of came back there for a little while.
Yeah.
He does. His pants are pulled up way high.
Maybe they thought that'd be the retro look in 1997 in 1990.
I always think it's neat to see like movies from the 80s representing like times we've already gone past. And I don't even mean like, you know, the Back to the Future thing from a couple years. Like this is a good example. Like this is 1997.
Yeah. I was watching Escape from New York the other night, and it takes place in like 2000, or was it
1997?
1997. Yeah.
Man.
Maybe this is the same universe. All across in New York, you have State Twisted.
Oh, Max Punishment said Demolition Man. What year was Demolition Man? I don't remember.
93.
Yeah, I was going to say early 90s. Yeah.
I think he says it's 96. Yeah, that's a good one.
Oh yeah, the future in there. Yeah.
Hey Piz, Movie Man 95 says, you know what Predator 2 needs? The character Demon from Friday 5. I agree.
I agree.
I wholeheartedly agree.
I
He would
absolutely
fit in
agree.
perfectly in this world.
I think he could be in just about every movie and make it work.
I think so. Yeah, I think so.
I think he'd like be hanging out with the Rastafarians. I think he'd be having a good time.
Oh, he would be absolutely. Yeah, my goodness.
These pinche enchiladas.
Must have been that enchilada.
Mike, did you happen to see Predator 2 in the theater when it came out?
Yes, I did.
Oh,
Nice.
I remember liking it. I never had a problem with Arnold not being in it. You know, maybe at first, but then when I saw it, I was like, oh, I've always enjoyed it. I was like I was telling you before the show. I couldn't believe I didn't have a copy of it in my collection.
Yeah.
So I had to order one on Amazon. It's the first time I've actually watched it. Like the first time I've watched it in 20 years. I think I saw it on cable again in the 90s at some point. But I've always enjoyed it. It's a kick-ass movie.
yeah.
I picked this up a few years ago. It has both in it. It has the new transfer of the Ultimate Hunter edition, which I've got the original Predator Blu-ray, which looks like shit. So I needed to pick that up anyway. So I've got
This
that
looks
like
really good.
$10. Oh yeah.
I don't know if that's just the standard Blu-ray edition or what, but it looks really good.
I think that's the same one I have.
Would you guys get in a car that looks like that, full of smoke?
Many a time.
That's the car Orc drives now. It's just him inside smoking.
Great Batman shot of the Predator there.
Yeah, that is.
Oh yeah, that's great. Was that projection?
Probably. Even got the Christmas lights and everything in there, man. Danny Glover better hope the precinct don't P-test him anytime soon. The second hand.
Oh, shit.
Good Lord.
Probably baked. I don't know, man. I need a sandwich.
I'm sure after he left here and they took him back, he was like, "Can we stop at Qdoba?
Go through the drive-through, man."
Yeah. Need a burrito.
He probably hit it on his way over there. He's not playing around, but that's Danny Glover. Got him a bag of Cheetos.
Oh yeah.
Jack Craven just noted that the film crew actually found a dead body in the street while they were filming this.
That's
I've heard that before, actually.
Yeah, they talk about that on the making of for
I can believe it.
Yep. They shot this in a really bad neighborhood, so clearly, yeah, they found a body. It's weird. Oh, King Louie.
Is that Dan Greer?
I always liked this guy. He made the most of like a really small role.
Yeah, he's another guy. He's been in a ton of stuff.
He has his weird chest plate with a cross on it.
Yeah.
Dan Greer's looking fine.
Foxy Brown, baby.
The guys in the chat are talking about Class of 1999. She was in that, so right around the same period of time.
Yeah, same year.
I've not seen Class of 84 or 99 in forever. I need to go back and watch those.
I love them. Just that early 90s cheese, man. It was just something about it. I love the movies from that period of time.
Oh, yeah.
It still like holds a bit of that like 80s fun vibe, but it gets into this other area it's hard to define it. But I know exactly what you mean.
It's almost, over the top of the 80s, It's like when cocaine can do more damage.
That was when they started cutting their cocaine with speed in the early 90s, and they were like,
man, they need to do that more than
yeah, can you go back to that? Heroin's ruined that town. Jeez.
They're cutting their cocaine with too much downer. You need to put more upper in it. Then you'll make movies like this, Hollywood. I mean, come on.
You cut out gluten and you make shitty movies.
Well, that's probably true. That's probably true.
Yeah, Michael Bay wishes he could make a movie like this.
Oh yeah. You cut out gluten, you make everybody a vegan, and we get predators.
So what is our thought then? That basically the Predator showed up in town, he's been watching all the violence, and he's kind of picked out that Danny Glover is like the toughest dude around.
Yeah.
And that's kind of why he's sort of on his trail, sort of. Okay.
He's the Danny Glover. Danny Glover is the apex predator in this jungle. So
got it.
Probably like sizing him up for the right time, seeing if he's a worthy adversary.
Yeah.
Right.
Picking other people out for, I don't know, fun, for testing, for side hunts for the main hunts.
Predators are all about honor, and it just really seems like he wouldn't be all camouflaged right there.
Yeah, why wouldn't he just face that dude?
Yeah, but he went up slapping on the water too, so it's
that's true.
I love that cut with the scream and the several.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
It is a great cut.
That's great.
I think they had camouflage because they're waiting to show the whole Predator body for the right time.
Oh, okay.
Because you see little glimpses. Like he probably showed himself and then fought, but they're like hiding it for the right moment.
I think that's true because I don't think we get our first like full real look at him until he's facing off with Danny Glover.
Right. Because even in the subway train, that's very shimmery with lights and camouflage, and
right.
Bill Paxton.
Yeah.
I think I have that same skull polishing kit.
Well, of course, there was the alien skull back there on the wall, which just started a whole, a whole thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh man. Everybody had a theory on that.
Yeah.
Oh no! Oh, they're making the movie. It's coming.
Yep. And it did about 20 years later.
It was kind of like when the Freddy glove took Jason's mask.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think I was just so disappointed in Alien vs. Predator because it was it was so terrible. Like there was nothing about it that seemed to fulfill the promise of like what they'd been setting up for years.
Well, I mean, even that, they went back and did a slow burn, and then you had a bad cast. And
well, first of all, they wasted Lance Henriksen. Friggin' Lance Henriksen's in the movie again, and you don't even. There's no like sense of why he's this like I don't again. He died in like 20 minutes into the movie. It was unclear to me like why he was like remembered and immortalized in androids later on in the future.
They're hammering in the Wayland Yutani bullshit, winking at the camera. It's just ridiculous, man. It's total waste, like you said.
Yeah.
I want to like that movie because it's some cool stuff in there. It just doesn't work, man.
Right.
I try. I mean, there's a few cool sequences, but other than that, man, I just really can't get into it.
Yeah.
I guess it's terrible too.
Yeah.
And they'll probably never explore that world again after those two movies. They'll never go back to that world.
No, probably not.
No. It's their best bet, the video games.
Yeah.
And Dark Horse put out a great comic series. And there was an Atari Jaguar game.
Oh yeah.
Alien vs. Predator that I really liked.
Yeah.
Yep. There was a side-scrolling Super Nintendo game for it too. I used to play all the time. Yeah.
Oh, this is like my favorite part in this movie. Even though I hadn't seen it, and like we were joking about this. I think was it last week or maybe a couple shows ago.
I think I had that water gun.
Just a headshot, target lock on the kid.
I wonder if the gun was real. If he would have just blown the kid away.
Oh yeah, I think
no, he saw the orange tip on it. Okay.
There's the line.
That's so good. Is Danny Glover a retired cop in Florida, or is he in L.A., a hard-boiled L.A. Gang fighter?
The wardrobe is a little odd for this movie, I have to say. It's odd. It's odd. I dig it, but it's different.
Yeah.
Is this Miami? It's wherever Dexter is. That's where he is. A little bit of LA, a little bit of Miami.
Now he looks like he should be like driving a boat on the bayou.
Yeah, it's like New Orleans, yeah.
Maybe the Danny Glover character is just really out of shape, and that's why he's sweating all the time.
Well, I mean, it could be a glandular problem. You never know.
Yeah. I'm a Sabres fan, and so sometimes I'd get my dad would get like the hockey package, and we'd watch Sabres games, which would be shown on like the local Buffalo network, and they were always doing this commercial for this place called the Sweat Clinic, where literally the whole pitch is like, do you have problems with excessive sweating? Come to the sweat clinic. And they would even have like some of the savers like doing ads for it. It just felt like everybody was embarrassed.
Well, what are they going to do? Clog your pores? I mean, you got to sweat.
I think it was they were probably like treating your glands or something. I have no idea.
I know they can shoot it with Botox.
And maybe that's what they were doing.
I could help these characters out with their sweating problem. They're all wearing like jackets and long sleeve shirts. They're dressed for freaking winter.
Yeah.
Nice.
It looks like it's 100 degrees outside. What are you doing?
Man, I think that lady's asking for it wearing that now. Come on. I mean,
see, this is why we get the bad connotation of the sausage.
Don't get me wrong, man. I'm sorry. She was wearing like a dish towel. Come on.
Hey, just because she's wearing a whore's uniform does not mean she's a whore.
These guys are the best, man.
He pulls out his little pea shooter.
The dangly earrings, too, man. The dangly earrings.
Oh yeah. Everybody on the train's arm.
The laughable thing about that is that in LA now, this is like a complete joke.
Oh yeah.
It's the gun-free zone.
So you get down to Compton, know what I'm saying?
There's so many great set pieces in this movie too. I mean, you've got here on the train, you've got in the beginning and like the drug house, you've got the meat locker coming up.
Yeah.
Yeah, after
this scene has like a ton of mood too. Like this whole movie's been like a more action. We were talking about like the first Predator is more of like a slasher movie horror. This has been more action movie, but this is almost like it's kind of very moody and has a slasher-esque feel to it. The way the lighting and everything's going on.
This is Lawrence Taylor's acting debut right there.
Speaking of cocaine.
Zing.
Well, that's another thing. That after this scene, you get like a 40-minute finale.
Yeah.
Great.
That's weird. It's a smart touch because everybody on the train is now a target because everybody on the train is armed.
Yeah.
So
that's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
So it's just body count.
So it was like 100 people on that train, right? So right there, he's got the record for most people killed.
Exactly. Yeah. Just the train scene.
And the best part is he's not even like shooting them with like his shoulder cannon or anything. He's just like walking up and slashing them or stabbing them or something.
Yeah. His bare hands.
This one scene is better than Jason Takes Manhattan.
I'd say
if Jason was doing this,
Jason Takes Manhattan, right?
And Jason Manhattan, then it'd be a better movie.
Oh, that'd been awesome. Can you imagine?
I can. I can only imagine. Just put it in the movie.
It's true. Just Jason on a subway train, just hacking and slashing through everybody.
No, he just gets a boombox.
I would watch it. I would say that scene is better than any Jason movie past like part 4.
Goes down like a man.
This guy's a little bouncy ball.
His lucky, his thing for luck.
R.I.P.
Doesn't his character goes down like a man?
I'm waiting.
Here you go.
There it is. You also too notice like whenever Predator kills anybody, it's not like it's just some silent death. They're like always screaming in agony because he's like eviscerating them.
ripping their spine out of their body.
Yeah.
I like that the director moves the camera like this too.
Yeah.
Does that frequently.
Yeah.
As a momentum.
Like it really like increases the feeling of like it's frantic, everything's panicked.
Yeah.
Good visual language.
Yeah, we're already an hour in. It's been quick.
Don't do it, Maria.
Yeah.
How's Maria Conchita Alonso looking these days?
Pretty good if I remember. Yeah. She definitely hasn't wrecked her face.
No.
Good.
But she's aged gracefully, I would say.
Good.
For what I've seen. I don't think she's really acting a whole lot anymore.
Just another little touch they want to do. They want to have the blood over someone's face like that. It'd be very...
Yeah.
Right,
It's too dirty. Yeah. It's too...
Yeah.
Like, it's interesting to just from like a mythology standpoint, just how like methodical the Predator is. That even in all this chaos, he, oh geez, forgot about that. He still hangs the bodies.
Yeah. Well, and you know, and one thing, you know, the cast is so racially diverse as well. You know, today movies, when they do a racially diverse cast, it's like, you know,
it's in your face. This is more natural.
Exactly.
You don't even question it. These are just like, these are people that have been hanging out together forever.
It
feels so calibrated. It doesn't feel like this is a legitimate group of people that like work together and they just happened. It feels like someone's, picked each person to be here to represent some segment of the population.
Exactly. And like it would be a stereotype of that race.
Right.
You know what I mean? It wouldn't, right. I don't know. Like here, it just feels so natural and just so like you said. And in so many movies today, it's so contrived and so forced and in your face. And
I think that's why I have a problem with it. Because we've had racially diverse movies for a very, very long time. This film is 27 years old.
Yeah.
In that region.
Yeah.
So it's not like it's a new thing, people. But now it's like an agenda thing, and that's really, it kind of ruins movies because it's like they don't understand that we've already had this.
That's why with like that whole Ghostbusters thing, like, oh well, you're sexist if you don't like it. That's like me saying, well, if you don't like Predator 2, you must be racist.
Yeah,
sounds stupid. So I just.
Well, everybody's got to be some kind of ist nowadays, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm like more interested in. I don't know if did you guys ever watch The Shield? It was a TV show, but it was on FX. But really awesome show.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The character of Claudette Wims, who's played by CeCe Pounder.
Oh yeah.
That role was written for a man, and she, screen tested for it anyway. And so I think, if I'm not mistaken, like for the pilot and the first few episodes, the stuff that was written, she's basically acting out a role that was conceived as a man's character, but she still she kicked it out of the park. She's awesome in that role. I can't imagine another person playing that role. So
she's one of the better parts of that show.
Absolutely. And so my feeling about the Ghostbusters thing is if they went in and it was like, here, we want to have these 4 characters and have them be these archetypes or whatever, and it just happened to be 4 women, great. But like, I feel like when you come in calibrated with the idea that you're going to make it one race or one gender, you're already kind of limiting things.
Yeah.
And again, that's why this movie works so well. This whole cast feels like they live in this world. They feel like they're a part of it.
Right.
And this is one of the things I love. Like I said before, from here on, it's one big finale. It just does not stop.
Yeah.
And that's why at times I'm kind of with Jay that sometimes I almost pick this over because this finale is insane.
Well, and the pacing in this movie too is just absolutely breakneck, and like there's no, even the character moments, they're cool character moments. I mean, it's like it's like you blink and this movie's over, but you've seen
in a good way.
Exactly.
Well, I understood what Jay was talking about. It's like if you're in the mood for a fun watch, this is the one you're going to grab.
Well, it's like I think Piz may have said it's a slow burn. The first Predator, you're 45 minutes in before it really gets too much action.
And well done, though. Well done.
Sure, absolutely. But I mean, it's like Aliens versus the original Alien, as well. I prefer Aliens over Alien, but I don't necessarily think it's the better movie.
Right.
It's kind of like it sort of depends what mood you're in,
Yeah.
If you're in kind of a contemplative, you want to be in a moody, you watch Alien. If you want to kind of have a good time, see some good character work, some good action, you watch Aliens. That's probably the same idea here.
Either way, it's a great double feature.
Oh yeah.
Lo and behold, folks, the sequel is not the same thing. And people still get mad.
It's a great pairing, the two together, because of the pacing, like you guys mentioned.
Oh, jeez.
But you're right about Adam Baldwin. Adam Baldwin looks like exactly the same. He's not aged at all. He was great in Firefly and in Serenity too.
Yeah.
And I mean,
okay. I'm trying to think of where I've seen him before.
Yeah. He's been in a ton of stuff.
He was on Chuck. He was also in Chuck. He was the military dude in Independence Day, kind of like the guy running Area 51.
Yeah, he was in Full Metal Jacket too.
The first thing I ever saw him in was My Bodyguard.
Okay. Yep.
Oh wow.
And again, he's somebody who's been in the business for how many decades? I mean, he's had
3, 4. Yeah.
Yes. I mean, he's had a pretty good career.
He's starring a movie that I wonder if you guys have ever heard of this movie. It's called Next of Kin. It starred Patrick Swayze and Liam Neeson as his brother. So it's like Liam Neeson doing this like Arkansas Southern accent. And it's actually really good. But I think Adam Baldwin might be one of the villains in that movie. I think like Helen Hunt or some other actress is like really young in her career. Anyway, just a random movie, but the kind that I bet you guys have seen.
Also, I think Bill Paxton's in that too. He's the brother that gets killed at the beginning, and that's where Patrick Swayze.
I got to double check this. I think you're right, actually.
Yeah, that's one of the ones I sought out after Patrick Swayze passed away that I hadn't seen before. It's a really good movie. It's kind of underrated. You don't really hear people talk about it.
Yeah, I think it's a shockingly good movie. It took me a while to get around to it, but when I did, I was like, how haven't I seen this before?
What's it about?
So basically, Patrick Swayze is this like Chicago, I think it's Chicago, right? Like a Chicago cop, but he comes from the South. And one of his brothers, like his youngest brother or whatever, gets killed by like the mob. And so his oldest brother, Liam Neeson, like comes up to Chicago to find these guys and like get revenge for the family or something. And again, I think there's more to it than that, but that's like the basic plot.
It sounds like Patrick Swayze's real life brother was in it too.
Oh, was he?
I don't think it sounded
Bill
familiar,
Paxton
but I don't think I've seen it.
I can confirm. And so was Ben Stiller.
Same year as Roadhouse, by the way.
Jeez.
Wow. That was a good year for Swayze.
Yeah.
Wow.
You can say that.
So Patrick Swayze, Liam Neeson, Adam Baldwin, Helen Hunt, Bill Paxton, Ben Stiller, Michael J. Pollard, Ted Levine, and I would note for you Babylon 5 fans out there, Andreas Katsoulis was in it as well. And if you don't know who he was like the big alien dude on that show.
I just had a thought for season 6, Roadhouse commentary.
Oh Lord, yes.
With
that
special
was the
guest.
first. That was the first riff tracks, by the way.
With special guest, writer director Rowdy Harrington.
Very nice.
I'm there.
I'm down for that.
Think we could get Sam Elliott on the show?
That would be great.
Or if you're watching, make a note. Call Sam Elliott's people. Book it.
That's a great movie to quote. Oh.
the whole movie, like every line out of every character's mouth is quotable.
Marshall Teague is great in that movie.
Yeah. I always forget the name of the band. What's that guy's name?
Oh yeah, he really is blind, right?
Oh,
He's blind.
Yeah, I can't. Yeah, what was his name?
I keep wanting to say Jay Giles, but that's not it.
No, Jay Giles passed away.
He had kind of like a. Oh shit!
This scene kind of always
Jeff
reminded
Healey.
me of when them.
Yeah.
Jeff
I am a
Healey.
playing guitar player.
Yeah.
Yep.
So this scene was reminding me of like when the Marines and aliens go in.
Yeah.
Their first contact.
Definitely.
Just out of curiosity, wouldn't this year be the 30th anniversary of Friday Part 7? Or was that 88?
I think that's 88.
Yeah, there was a 1 year gap, I think, after Part 6. After doing like year after year, they finally took a break.
Must be the 30th of Elm Street 3.
I thought it was cool too that like they, like Predator needed to eat, so he came to
Meat House.
You know what I mean? The meat house. I wish they would have just had a scene where like the big mandibles were chewing like this big ham hock. You know what I mean? That would have been cool.
He's a vegetarian.
I do think it's cool, like some of the callbacks to the first movie here. It's the only part of the movie where I think I would have liked it to be like Schwarzenegger, or just some more like a stronger connective tissue. Because like the fact that they know he can see infrared and that they have all these measures in place, like they had to have gotten that from Dutch. I mean, he was the only survivor.
Yeah, they mentioned how there were 2 survivors, and you had the girl on the TV, Peter Carrillo.
Yeah.
I'm sure they asked Arnold, but he said no because he was just so against the idea of the movie for some reason.
Well, I mean, I think it was probably more, and we could probably dig into this, but I'm willing to bet he was probably just doing something original. I mean, you think if it's
sure,
or Terminator 2.
Well, that's a possibility. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure that thing was in pre-production for at least a couple of years.
Yeah. Because it came out in 91. This was 9. Well, yeah, that's true. Because if this probably would have been filmed in 89 or at least early in 90.
Well, yeah, you had Total Recall in 1990.
That might have been what he was doing.
One of the biggest differences that I've noticed from these 2 Predator movies and every other movie that's had a Predator in it is the Predator itself.
Yeah.
The way it moves, the way how big it is, how it's very. They took a character. He's stealthy. He's supposed to be very, kind of smooth, and they sort of made him frumpy and dumpy in the other movies. Like he's, I don't know. And that I think is Kevin Peter Hall.
Yeah.
And his portrayal of the Predator.
Yeah.
Now, if Jean-Claude had went forward with his portrayal of the Predator, would we be watching this movie? Would this movie exist?
He'd be jump kicking them to kill them.
Well, isn't that the one with the looks like a bug?
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Schwarzenegger's taller than he is. So.
I do like that the Predator has like an eye watch.
Well, what's funny is if you've seen like the behind the scenes of that, the bug suit is like red. It's like this bright red, nasty color for them to superimpose the stuff on it. Well, Jean-Claude Van Damme thought that's what the monster really looked like. And Jean-Claude Van Damme was like, "How does the monster hide? He's bright red. I don't get it." So they had to explain to him.
I want some spaghetti.
That was like Jean-Claude. Very bad impersonation of Jean-Claude.
That's a tasty meatball.
A very Italian.
An Italian man from Brussels.
Yeah. The muscles from Italiano.
Ooh. See Danny Glover's beating up some federal agents. Nice.
Yeah, you mentioned delivery of dialogue. This is my favorite coming up when he leaves.
That was one of the things I hated about the Alien versus Predator. The last video game they made was that they made the Predator big and clumsy and oafish and loud, and I'm like, that's not the Predator.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, because Paul Austin Anderson's an idiot. Because on the interview, he mentioned how these looked fake.
What?
Yeah, like he looked like a bodysuit or whatever the hell he said. I don't know.
I feel like the Versus movies that we've gotten in our life are. Oh man, this is a badass scene though.
This too.
It's kind of like the people who like are given the job of merging the two franchises have just horrible ideas, because that's exactly right. It's like I think that was one of the chief problems in that movie, and it just reminds me of like some of the shit that went on with like Freddy vs. Jason, like the idea to turn Jason into just this like bumbling slow clod. Like that's not that you're kind of missing something there.
The steer to water.
Right.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like it didn't make sense.
Even though we've seen him walk in water like 5 other movies.
Like we've seen him go swimming in the lake to kill people. Like he in part 7, remember he's like waiting in there for that one chick.
Oh, he loves the water.
Is that a Natalie Portman reference or just a
So when did Kevin Peter Hall pass away? 91, so it was right after this movie came out.
Yeah, he contracted HIV from a blood transfusion. And it killed him.
That's terrible.
Oh man.
So he was married at the time, I believe.
Yep, he was.
It's not like he was pulling a Magic Johnson or anything. He was
it was
from a hospital.
Yeah, from a blood transfusion. Yep.
That's terrible.
That's back before the tests were up to speed with what was going on.
I love all the time it took Glover to get like all actioned up. He was out there for like 20 minutes.
I'm going up against an 8-foot tall space alien with laser guns. I need all the weapons I can carry. Understandable?
You son of a bitch.
Who's got the nuke?
I got to meet Gary Busey at Texas Frightmare Weekend one time.
Oh wow!
Oh yeah, how was that?
He's a nice guy.
He didn't like to attack you or try to kill you? Or anything?
No, he wasn't crazy or anything.
Okay.
Believe it or not. I think a lot of that's kind of an act.
Well, Jake Busey is going to be in The Predator, the new one.
Oh, right, yeah. Jake was actually supposed to be there with Gary, but Jake canceled due to whatever, his vagina was hurt or something.
Now, do we think that Jake Busey's inclusion is just kind of a cute nod, like because his dad was in this one, or do you think that there might be an actual character connection?
It's a good question. Good question.
Yeah, I like Jake Busey. Okay, I thought he was good in Starship Troopers.
Yeah,
yeah.
He was not good in the Hitcher sequel.
I forgot about that one.
Fucking stuff.
Was it the Hitcher remake?
No, the sequel. They made a sequel. The Hitcher 2.
I've been waiting.
Oh, the sequel to the original.
Yeah. Horrible movie.
I think I've seen it, but I don't remember much.
Yeah, there's reasons.
It's god awful. Probably makes the remake look good, actually.
And Rutger Hauer's not in it, I guess.
No. Jake Busey is the Hitcher.
Yeah, Jake Busey's the Hitcher. Yeah.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
I can't even imagine that. I may have not seen
I didn't remember that. How is it the military guys weren't wearing armor?
He put a special piece of metal in his shirt, though.
That's right, he did. Yeah, I saw that. Okay, I'm sorry, I forgot about that. He grabbed his plate out and stuck it in there.
Wishful thinking.
I think part of why I like this confrontation too is it's like there's a real back and forth.
Yeah.
Like with the Arnold one, like he's really kind of outmatched until he hits him with the log.
Yeah.
In this one, like Danny Glover gets in some hits. Like it's not just a one-way contest.
Yeah.
I mean, this part's a good representation of that.
12 gauge pump.
Yeah.
Nice use of slow-mo, unlike that fucking Zack Snyder stuff.
Yeah.
See, Zack Snyder would have showed each individual empty shell case hit the ground in slow motion.
There would have been some classic rock song playing.
Yeah.
And I like some of his early stuff, but he just overdoes that stuff.
Way such overkill. Yeah, such overkill.
I think Zack Snyder is a good cinematographer. He's not a good director.
I mean, his visuals he actually has some beautiful visuals. It's just that as a director, he makes the movie all about that and like nothing else.
Yeah.
Style over substance.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think you saw that when he did Sucker Punch because that was original material from him instead of, a remake of Dawn of the Dead or, the Watchmen movie. Yeah. Which I mean, I love that Watchmen movie, but yeah. Sucker Punch was definitely a big letdown.
I would rather watch that than either one of the new Superman movies, though.
What, Sucker Punch?
Yeah.
How would he know which ones to pull off? And why would he touch it in the first place?
Yeah, I'm kind of confused why he'd need to take the mask off. Like, what?
Curiosity, man. He's
I
curious.
would have been too busy shooting it.
Maybe shooting in the face.
So we can get this awesome scene here.
You are one ugly mother.
Maybe to see if it's breathing or something.
And they changed up the Predator a little bit, a different color scheme on his head, and
I guess
some horns under
individuality.
Yeah.
I forgot about that. That's good. The Predator finished his sentence for him. That's pretty good.
Motherfucker. He's like, I've got to find some drywall.
Teeth, the movie.
It is crazy that a 1990 effect looked better than what AVP was 2004. So 14 years later.
Wait,
this looks great, man. This looks absolutely great.
Yeah.
In this Blu-ray transfer.
Yeah. Yeah, it's weird they did a great job with this, but from what I understand, the original Predator has a crappy Blu-ray.
I haven't seen. It's like I was saying. They re-released it with a new transfer with this Ultimate Hunter edition. Yeah, I haven't seen that one, but I've seen the original, and it's not good.
It's like DNR or something.
See, it's like this part that makes you think that it would have been better if it had been Arnold. Although you wouldn't want Arnold to die, but like it's between me and him. It's like, why do I care who you are and why you're fighting the Predator? Holy, that's actually pretty cool.
Oh,
so we can get that. That's pretty.
Yeah, that's
cool. I wonder if that was cut down from NC-17.
I think it would have to have been.
Probably saw the top part of the body fall down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it matters.
Yeah. At least you see a lot of movies today.
Oh yeah, I would even complain about that.
That's not true. There are some movies that are pretty graphic.
I think now this would get a PG-13 rating.
I don't
well, I mean, maybe if they only said the F word one time, but I mean, it's not the gore.
I think you could see some of this stuff on TV. That's the thing. Like, if you take out the sex scene, this movie could probably be done on like FX.
Yeah, pretty much.
Sci-fi, definitely.
Because you can't see breasts, but I can watch a man cut in half, and that's okay.
Oh, they show bare ass on network television, like prime time nowadays. So.
Oh, they do?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, wow, I didn't.
Like NYPD Blue, I think, did it, and.
Well, they did it, and they haven't done that like ever since the Janet Jackson thing. The networks have been slow to pick that up again. I don't think you've seen that quite since then.
Well, it was funny. Weeks ago, I was flipping through and Final Destination 3 was playing. I didn't watch it, but I saw this bit. They blurred a middle finger But when the guy's head gets chopped up by a propeller, nothing was blurred. So
that drives me so crazy, dude.
But the middle finger is too much.
That's
like you wouldn't see that on a preschool playground. I mean, like,
yeah,
you don't know that by now. I mean, come on. That's ridiculous. Yeah.
And what they do here a little bit with the ship and with the different predators, I thought was really cool too, to show that there's like there's a hierarchy and there's like a ranking, you know what I mean, and that there's different sizes, different shapes, different, they're individuals. You know, I thought that was really cool too.
Oh,
this did everything a sequel should do. It changed the setting. It changed like the type of story, you know, action versus like horror. And then we learned, like, it expanded the mythology. Like, we learned more information without, you know, giving away everything, over-explaining.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's a solid sequel. I mean, for sure.
One thing about ABP, at the end, when they accept the last character as one of them, basically.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
I thought that part was kind of cool, because, you know, they might be honor-based like that. Like, oh, yeah. Would recognize you for being a great warrior. So that was pretty cool. Even though the rest of the movie was pretty shit.
Sorry, Monty.
What?
That's too funny. But yeah, I think they are honor based, which kind of some of the stuff is questionable.
Yeah.
Just to, you know.
I do think, you know, as much as they are honor-based, I do think it's kind of like a chump move that every time they're, like, about to be caught, they just freaking try to kill themselves and blow everything up.
Yeah. It's kind of selective.
Yeah. It's like, I'm very honorable, but if you hurt me, I'm just going to blow us up together.
Well, that's why they're honorable, because they're kind of like Japanese samurai or something, you know?
Mm-hmm.
See, how bad is that? Cut his arm off. You know?
I love him trying to grab the building all the way down too.
Yeah.
I think okay. He rolls up into
and we got, you know, and another thing that this one expanded on was how they heal themselves. Their little med kit and like the purple jello that they rub in their wounds.
Yeah.
You know?
Man, poor Mrs. Kowalski's going to have a rude awakening here in a moment.
Yeah, the honeymooners. The honeymooners apartment here.
I mean, part of why I like this is this is more show, don't tell. At no point did we need to have a character come up. It's like, well, what the Predator does see is they use the chemical composition of the wall materials. It's like, no, we watch the Predator do it, and he just friggin' makes himself like a salve, and he,
and we as an audience with the brain go, oh, that must be some kind of medicine from his home planet.
Exactly. This is like a healing strategy. Like, okay, makes sense.
We can figure it out.
Yeah. I'm not going to argue the science on it, believe me. Wait, that doesn't make sense, though. But how does drywall heal his wounds? I've always thought it was really cool when he.
Yeah, it's just a nice touch. It's more of that physicality and just real world kind of thing. You know, makeup versus CG and show don't tell, that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Show don't tell could really be. They could use that philosophy in Hollywood these days.
Well, that's what it's supposed to be. That's why my screenwriting professor always told us, you know, show don't tell.
Yep.
You know, because Tarantino brought in this thing of dialogue, where everything was a 20-minute dialogue scene, and he was kind of against that. You know, he's like, no, it's supposed to, you know, film is a visual medium. You should show, don't tell.
All I would say to that is that Tarantino has kind of almost created his own genre of film, where the dialogue is almost like the action scenes and the kind of the exciting part. He's good at dialogue.
Yeah. Dialogue is the lead character of any of his films.
Yeah. But you're right in that 9 times out of 10, you know, if you're not Tarantino, you shouldn't be doing that.
But to say that, Tarantino also heard those criticisms and said, "Oh yeah," and then gave us The House of Blue Leaves and Kill Bill.
Yeah, that's true.
Or gave us the car chase in Death Proof and showed us that he can do it when he wants to.
Yeah.
I think Death Proof is his worst thing to date.
Yeah. Well, but like, because we always talk about too that movies are like 3 hours long now, and I just wonder if show don't tell would be a good way of like shortening these movies up. Rather than having to spell every damn thing out, maybe the movie could be an hour and a half, or hell, 2 hours if we don't need to have every scene give us some useless piece of info.
Eric, Fate of the Furious is 3 hours.
Jeez.
Jesus, really?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
What was that, Cameron? What is?
Fate of the Furious?
Okay.
It's 3 hours.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is that Justin?
No, the director is Gary Gray, the one who just did Straight Outta Compton.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. But he also made The Italian Job, and that was a great car movie a long time ago. So.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that was a good movie.
He even brought Charlize Theron back. So. But the thing is, Predator 2, it's interesting that no other Predator film has been made has come close to at least the first one and the second one, because like even the Rodriguez Nimrod Antel movie Predators was like such a waste of my time. I couldn't handle it. And it was so, like I couldn't wait to see it. And then when you like even in the trailer, you see Adrian Brody with tons of Predator lights on him, and then it's just in the movie it's one. It's so ridiculous.
Did he like just take a shot of cocaine or something? What was that?
He's fired up, man. He's the Kool-Aid man over here.
Snap into a Slim Jim at the beginning of the movie. I'm like, that might work for me too.
He took the stuff Busey uses.
Sometimes I think Predator 2 is in the same like car as as RoboCop 2. They're just like they're the crazier stepbrother, of the sequel.
Doesn't RoboCop 2 kind of start out the same way too, with the gang like just being ridiculous?
Yeah, there's like a big battle at the beginning of that movie too.
Yeah.
I would say I actually think it just, in my view, although I'm sure general populace maybe disagree, but I think this movie is a better, truer sequel to the original than RoboCop 2 is to the original RoboCop. Because like RoboCop 2 like forgets a bunch of things, or just sort of conveniently doesn't really address like what happened at the end of the original RoboCop. Like I thought he was like he's Murphy now. Like he kind of realized who he was, and in RoboCop 2 he's kind of just back to being RoboCop, and they sort of forget that part of it.
Because no one cared about Murphy, they just cared about blowing shit up.
Well, right. That's just the thing. Is the first movie isn't it's like a satire. It's not really. I mean, it is an action movie to an extent, but
it is.
There was more to it than that. Whereas RoboCop 2 is more of just like an action movie.
But the first one's also just a gore fest as well. I mean,
yeah. I still love seeing that dude like explode on the front of the van at the end. After he's been hit with the toxic waste.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome.
RoboCop 2 commentary?
Yeah.
RoboCop 3 commentary.
Oh my god. That's
Hey, it got a Scream Factory release and it's getting 5 stars. Like they're saying it's fantastic.
I don't think got a Scream Factory release as a street credit.
Did I hear one of you guys say that the new Fast and Furious movie is 3 hours long?
Yep. Yes, it is.
What I've been told.
Yep.
What? I mean, what?
That's what I said.
What do I need Vin Diesel do for 3 hours?
I'm going to need some Predator juice to get through that one.
But see, that doesn't. That is the thing that gets me more excited is what I've always been wanting. They said by part 10 they're taking the series into outer space, which is fantastic.
I don't know. The reviews on this one are pretty bad. Like,
are they?
Do we need 3 hours of like, oh, that car's fast. Oh, that car's fast too. Oh, that car's,
Yeah, but
people expect these movies to be good.
Yeah, but they cited summary.
The submarine. Yeah.
It's different this time.
I was watching a female critic say, if you do see this movie, don't see it in IMAX or up close, because the first 10 minutes you'll swear you're at a strip club with all those booty shots just staring. You're right up their dress.
Finally, some incentive to see it.
If it's not a fast car, it's a booty that the camera's right up inside of.
There it is, Alien.
Well, they know their audience, guys.
But will their audience sit through 3 hours of that?
Yeah, I mean, I like the movies. Maybe 3 hours.
I just love
way too much.
The car chases are great, but what I love is when they stop the movies for 20 minutes for those big dramatic set pieces, and Vin Diesel tries to act like he's in Macbeth or something. It's fantastic.
Oh God!
You know, the thing I like about Danny Glover's character in this movie might be just like his pure preparation. Like, if you think about the whole movie, he's just very resourceful and like figuring stuff out.
And that's why I honestly, I mean, I love the original Predator, but I'd probably say I like this finale more. Because, like you mentioned, the back and forth is just very satisfying.
Yeah. I mean, it was certainly more of a mano thing than
It definitely succeeds in building on the film that came before it.
What did you guys?
That was a good idea to do.
Yeah. What did you guys think of that thing I sent you guys? Did you guys know there's a Predator 3D release? I had no idea.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Have we seen it in 3D? Any recommendations?
No.
I mean, if it was a good treatment, that could be good, I guess.
I love the artwork on his head.
Yeah.
Whatever you call that area of his body.
Yeah, that pattern's really cool.
It's really like a tattoo type.
Yeah. I see 3D and I go the other way.
And then he ruins it with a pretty bad line there.
Oh, I like it.
What did he say? Shit happens?
He said, "That's right, asshole. Shit happens."
Yeah.
I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it could be worse, I guess.
It certainly could be worse, but
I
feel like it was really badass up to that point.
The Predator didn't chop his head off while he was stabbing him with that thing.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's going to hurt. I mean, I didn't buy it. If I got stabbed in there, I'd be like, what?
I think my natural reaction would be try to stop the thing that's stabbing me.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, when you're in that much pain, I doubt you'd be thinking.
Well, it's always, you never know how you're going to react. That's true.
Yeah. Your adrenaline's like sky high at that point.
I mean, that's a big disc. If that's shoved in my chest, I probably would be like, I'm not thinking anything, then I'm going to fall down and die.
But you don't have badass Predator abs.
Well, that's true. That's
true. Yeah, but if Danny Glover's stabbing me, then that won't matter. It's Danny fucking Glover.
Oh, no.
And he did this movie right after Lethal Weapon 2. So
that's another.
Was that 89? I thought that was 88.
What?
That was 89. Lethal Weapon 2.
Okay.
This is the summer of Batman.
He's thinking, oh, shit.
He's like, who's next?
Yeah.
I've always thought I would take that disc and just spin around in a circle with it, and I'd kill them all.
They probably thought about that idea. They're probably, could he do that? Would that work?
See, now that's a good line.
Okay.
I think, again, just from a mythology standpoint, I think this is cool because it makes you wonder, like, where was the ship in the first Predator movie? Or does the ship just, like, drop them off in different areas of the world where they, they hunt game and they do that stuff? I don't know. Just the questions about them.
Well, the other thing is, like, when you see the first movie and you see you see a little package being, sent out into space.
Pod.
Yeah, it's almost like, well, was he there, like, for thousands of years? Because I mean, like, what did he just arrive there a week before Dutch and his team got there? I mean, we don't even know what time frame he dropped off. So. I mean, hell, if they wanted to, dare I say, they could tie this into Prometheus and say the Predator was involved with the engineers.
Oh God, please don't.
Stay as far the fuck away from Prometheus.
Well, the engineers created man, so then they created the Predator to hunt man, Then they accidentally created the alien.
Mm-hmm.
It also created my fucking headache after watching
God
it.
creates dinosaurs. God destroys dinosaurs.
Yeah.
God creates man. God creates predators.
Yeah.
Women,
Movie studios
goes in
destroy.
and
You know,
destroys the world.
I'm telling you, if 20th Century Fox was watching this right now, Piz, they'd hire you. He came out with the new film.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah.
They've already flagged the video here.
They'd be like, "You, sir, are brilliant. You're the new head of 20th Century Fox." Let me just remind everybody that we'll take a little bit of a break here shortly, and then start the Q&A. So if you have any questions for us, the best way to get them to us would be to tweet them to us at TSF Nation. I know we've got quite a few here already, so get those questions to us. So do you guys want to take?
Oh, sir, go ahead.
I was going to say, do you guys want to take a couple of minute break before we dive into the Q&A?
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Get some beverages,
Sure.
a bathroom break or something.
Exactly.
All right, guys, we will return shortly, and we'll do the Q&A.
Is the movie over for you guys already?
No, not yet.
Oh, okay.
It's getting that way. It's getting that way.
About 3 minutes left, or 5 minutes left.
Are you going to leave the video up? Because if you
Yeah.
Okay, great. Then I can stay on and entertain people if they if they want to.
If this film was a success, would you have wanted another Predator like 3 years later after this?
Yeah, over what we got. Yeah, I think so.
If that had happened, we would have gotten like Van Damme or someone like that, Seagal or someone in part 3.
I feel like we would have gotten a really bad part 3. I don't know. It's every time
what would have been a good part 3? Because we had the Jungle Predator, then we had the City Predator. Where would you take the Predator?
like a rom-com.
I always thought
Yeah.
take Van Damme's Death Warrants and put that with Predator, like
love Death
a good version of Alien 3.
I think you got to do the natural thing, which is we take the war to the Predator planet, and you go up there, or at least part of it. Maybe the third act, could be there. So,
Who would you have starring it, Cameron?
at the time, you're talking what 92, 93. So they're gonna go with. I'm thinking they're gonna go with who was big. There was Van Damme, Seagal, right? So
No. Who would you pick though?
Yeah.
Who would they go? They go with some douchebag, but
Who do you pick, Cameron?
to take on the Predator.
yeah.
Yeah, and the Predator 3, if it was that time frame.
For me, Bronson.
I honestly would have saved all my pennies, and instead of maybe between T2 and True Lies, you get Arnold back.
Okay.
And you make him an offer he can't refuse. Here's $25 million, 3 weeks work. Get it.
Okay, that'll work. Yeah.
I'd go with James Woods.
Oh,
Spend all the money on effects.
Okay.
There you go.
Okay.
I could see vampires with Predator. That'd be awesome. Who would you get to direct it?
Goodness gracious.
At that time, Rennie Harlan.
I was getting ready to say Rennie Harlan.
Instead of Cutthroat Island, we get that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think we can make that trade. That'd be a trade we could live with, I think.
Well, because if that had happened, we probably would have gotten 10 more Rennie Harlan movies instead of the Blackout we got. So.
Instead of the great movies he's given us since.
Yeah, what was that vampire? The Covenant.
I forgot he did that.
Yeah, the last Rennie Harlan movie I saw was that Exorcist prequel he did.
Oh, okay.
That was terrible.
That was awful. God awful.
He did the Dostoevsky Pass or whatever it was called.
Yeah. I saw that.
Horror movie.
I saw that. I forgot about that. I saw that.
So you guys say Rennie Harlan. I'll go the other way. Instead of doing Hard Target, maybe that should have been John Woo's American debut.
Okay.
I wouldn't give it to John Woo.
That'd be a lot of doves.
Jay vetoes that idea.
No.
I vetoed it because I love hard targets. I want hard targets.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I'd want hard target. Yeah,
maybe
instead.
after, but
It could be hard target instead.
If we could have Van Damme and that mullet from Hard Target, I would be all about John Woo Van Damme, Predator 3.
There you go.
Someone create a poster out in the
Brian
Sausage Factory Nation.
Bosworth.
Wolford Brimley.
It'll be Stone Cold 2. Brian Bosworth.
Diabetes.
I like that. Well, guys, let's do some closing thoughts on Predator Predator 2 before we take a break. Any closing thoughts on Predator 2? I mean, I think if anything, we can say that it is a very worthy sequel. That is right up there with the original Predator, but different, kind of the same way Alien and Aliens are both great movies, but different kinds of movies.
Definitely a worthy sequel. Like I said, I had not seen it in 20 years. This is the first time I've seen it in that long. I forgot how fun it was.
Yeah,
it is a really solid, good movie. I mean, I don't think it suffered for having a loss of Schwarzenegger. I thought Glover pulled it off. I thought the supporting cast was good. I loved the hyper, Bronson world that they lived in, the RoboCop world or whatever. I thought it worked. It was great.
Yeah, definitely. Anybody else?
I always thought this was the most underrated sequel ever.
Okay.
I never understood the big hate for it. I still don't. I mean, just because Arnold's not in it. I mean, Arnold's in Terminator 3, and that film sucked. So,
I think I had a negative view of the sequel before we did it. Like I remembered I watched it. Like I used to do this thing where I'd like rent movies from the video store on a weekend and just like watch them and rewatch them. And so I've seen Predator 2 a few times, not recently, but I definitely like it. I think it held together a lot better than I remembered, and I agree that it seems to be a pretty solid sequel that kind of evolved the concept. It really is too bad that sort of the next thing we got was Alien vs Predator, which shit the bed.
Which was how many years?
2004.
Yes,
Like
I mean, yeah.
Oh, okay, just about 12 years then.
14 years.
Yeah, 14 years about, yeah.
Yeah, 2004. So
I remember turning on Alien vs Predator. I saw an African American woman riding a bobsled with the Predator, and I said, "What the hell is this?"
well, see, that's where you were actually watching Cool Runnings too. That's the wrong movie.
Well, guys, we're going to take a couple of minute break here. Get some refills, make a pit stop in the bathroom. Send us your questions. We'll start the Q&A here very shortly. Tweet them to us. That's probably the best way to do it. Tweet them to @TSF Nation. That link is in the video description. And we'll be back shortly. Cameron, I think, is going to do some juggling and entertain you guys until we get back.
Yeah, let's do it.
And we'll go. Cameron, you've got the floor. You take it.
All right, everyone. Throw out some silly questions. I'll do my best while they're all taking a break.
Well, real quick, let me give my thoughts on Predator 2.
I want to hear this.
I would just say I kind of felt the same way. Like, I was like kind of disappointed Arnold wasn't in it at first. Yeah. And I was like, man, Danny Glover, what the hell? But I mean, it's really an awesome movie. I feel like it's a movie made for me because it's so much cheesy, funny shit in there, but it's a great gore. I think Danny Glover does a great job. Of course, supporting cast is you couldn't ask for a better supporting cast than that.
Right.
It's just a super fun movie to throw on and have a good time with. I just couldn't say anything bad about it, really. Sad that we lost Bill Paxton so young.
Yeah, it's all right. I kept forgetting that was the reason we picked this movie. Yeah, good, and it was a good example because it's not kind of one I think people think of when they think of Bill Paxton, but it he's great Bill Paxton. It's a good Bill Paxton performance.
Mm-hmm.
Are you guys staying on, or are you guys
I'm gonna run to the restroom for just real quick,
right.
but I'll be.
Yeah, I'm gonna go say goodnight to my kid and go to the bathroom.
All right, guys. You are now under my spell. Okay, let's go through some awesome news while everyone's gone. So far today, there's been no real news coming out of the Star Wars Celebration. Just an announcement there's going to be a new cartoon series. I believe it's called, was it Forces of Destiny? And it's going to be 2 to 3 minute long sort of animations. It's going to be dealing with Princess Leia and Rey and Jyn Erso and a bunch of other people, even Ahsoka Tano. Yeah, so look for that on YouTube. That's the only announcement that's come out of Star Wars Celebration. Yes, The Fate of the Furious it's 2 hours and 45 minutes long. Obviously, then with the trailers and all that kind of things, it will be 3 hours total. Fede Alvarez, who of course directed Don't Breathe and the Evil Dead remake, is set to do the Labyrinth sequel. That's right, folks. The Labyrinth sequel. No word yet if Jennifer Connelly or obviously David Bowie's not going to be in it, but Jennifer Connelly might return. We don't know. Blumhouse is making a big deal today about how there's a serial killer, an actual serial killer that's in The Exorcist in the medical scene where they're doing the like brain surgery on or was it the arteriograph, I think it's called, with on Reagan. One of the guys in there that worked for the medical field is an actual serial killer after the fact, and his crimes are what William Friedkin based Cruising on just a few years later. Okay, let's see, letting this warm up here. In funny news, we have a 8-year-old boy that drove to McDonald's after he learned how to drive from YouTube videos. So I guess we gotta make sure. Yeah, we got to make sure those tutorials, I guess those tutorials are really working out. So that's fantastic. There's a new interview for this website called How Did This Get Made, in which the interviewer is talking to Mick Garris, and they're talking about Sleepwalkers. And I'm just trying to figure out where the hell is the director's cut of Sleepwalkers, because that is something that Stephen King mentions, that he was a fan of the director's cut of Sleepwalkers, and that's why he decided to continue working with Mick Garris. So what happened between the director's cut and the theatrical cut? Because even though I enjoyed the movie, it's not as great as what people are saying the director's cut was. So I'm kind of interested to see if that is happening, or if that is ever happening. Sylvester Stallone is suing Warner Brothers for fraud and dishonesty. Apparently something happened with the accounting in terms of Demolition Man, and so Stallone is suing for back payments. And not only that, but he dropped out of Expendables 4, which he was writing and acting in, and Schwarzenegger has dropped out too, saying he will not do it without Stallone's participation. So you can look for Expendables 4 to be canceled.
Yeah, because for some reason he's now doing Escape Plan 2 and 3.
There you go.
That's what he's doing instead.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but whatever.
Yeah. Yes, it's true, everybody. Josh Brolin is not only playing Thanos, he is now playing Cable in Deadpool 2. He's going to be playing 2 different characters in the Marvel universe. Yes, one's Fox and one's Marvel, but don't be surprised that Deadpool doesn't poke jokes about that throughout the whole movie, which I'm pretty sure is one of the main reasons why they casted him.
I think he already did. I think Ryan Reynolds has already been like tweeting about it.
No, but I think it's going to be in the movie itself.
Oh, well, yeah, it'll definitely be there.
Jude Law has been cast as Dumbledore. So what's really weird is that, spoilers for Fantastic Beasts, Colin Farrell is actually Johnny Depp in Fantastic Beasts, and now that Jude Law is going to play Dumbledore, that means we had Colin Farrell, Johnny Depp, and Jude Law. And what is this, Dr. Parnassus Part 2? What the hell is going on here? Because they all played Heath Ledger in that movie. So this will be interesting to see if they're really going to make 5 movies out of that series. Let's see.
Great.
Did you mention Dolph Lundgren's now in Aquaman as the king?
No, go ahead. He's the king?
Well, that's it. It's sad that Dolph Lundgren's in Aquaman. It sucks because I like Dolph.
Yeah.
He's the leader of like another undersea kingdom that's kind of at odds with Aquaman.
And that sucks because I love Dolph, and the time he gets to be in the theatrical movies job, he's fucking Aquaman.
He's been on Arrow this season too, if you watch that.
But it is directed by James Wan, so at least he's with a quality filmmaker. Yeah. Tom Holland, who's playing Spider-Man, of course, now admitted to a reporter that he's never seen The Empire Strikes Back, and I'm trying to figure out why the hell would you even say that out loud?
What?
Well, to be true, how old is he?
He's like, what, 16, 17?
Okay, so
Yeah, I think so about that.
But I can't.
he was
But I
born-
failed to believe that a kid has not seen the
I
Star
have a
Wars
hard.
movies.
First of all, when my daughter's like 5, like, and has at least some sort of comprehensive ability, we're gonna be watching Star Wars and all kinds of stuff like that.
Yeah. Apparently everyone's going crazy. I haven't seen this myself. The TV trailer for The Mist. People are going crazy for it. I don't understand like why, because we already got an awesome movie out of it. Like, so okay, so why are people excited about a TV show? It's just going to repeat what the movie is. I don't get it.
Well, I don't think. Well, that's because it's not repeating what the movie
Oh,
is.
it's not.
It's kind of broadening the concept, and rather than being isolated in just like one place, the grocery store, it's going to be kind of the whole town.
Okay.
Even though the whole town was under the mist in the movie, like we were only in one place, but now I guess the whole town is going to be like where we'll be, and you know, moving around there.
So basically, what it is that the original movie to me always felt like a modern Night of the Living Dead, and now we're going to get sort of like a Day of the Dead version of The Mist, where we're going to be out and about and stuff like that.
I guess.
Yeah. Let's see. One of my favorite things I saw on the internet lately is that. Mark Kermode, the British critic, hearing that there's going to be 14 more Transformers movies, and he starts punching out the wall like Adam Sandler in Punch Drunk Love. Yes, folks, the Stendhal syndrome is getting a 3-disc collector's edition from Blue Underground. So hopefully they'll fix the audio track, because it's very sad when Troma has a better English audio track than Blue Underground did for their first release. That's all I'm saying.
I know one thing with the Arrow video, they're doing a special edition of Brain Damage.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's like they got features like a making of and a commentary and a bunch of features, Brain Damage with Frank Camilata and such. So
I pre-ordered that a while back.
I think I'm not sure when it comes out, but yeah, Arrow video, folks. If you're into that, Brain Damage finally getting features.
And MTV Awards is starting the trend of like, now they're not going to say best actor or best actress. They are just going to put men and women together in the same category. They don't want to. They want to just create non-genders. So
that's fine.
Yep. But the Emmys are starting to do that too, because there's I'm sorry, I don't know, but somebody named Asia Kate Dillon petitioned the Emmys to choose their category that they want to be, that if they're nominated. So I guess she wants to be in supporting actor instead of actress. So so I guess you can petition to be nominated in whatever gender category you want. Netflix is making a 10-part Haunting of Hill House TV series that Mike Flanagan is directing. Mike Flanagan, of course, did Ouija: Origin of Evil, which apparently is really good. I haven't seen it, but he also did Oculus, which I heard is all right. So,
dude, yeah. What movie is this?
Haunting of Hill House, which is based on the Shirley Jackson story. Also, House on Hill, that type of stuff. They're doing a 10-hour series on Netflix for it.
Mike Flanagan, he's done a bunch of good stuff, man.
And he was in the rumor to be the guy to direct the new Halloween movie. He was like top running for it. So I don't know what happened with that, but obviously he didn't get that gig.
I mean, everything I've seen from him has been good.
Yeah.
He turned it down. He was offered it.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
He turned it down because he said that Hush was kind of his homage to Halloween, and he didn't feel like you could top Carpenter's
Smart
Halloween.
Man. This is why he's someone to watch then, because he's not going to just take the easy check. I don't know about you guys. I'm not usually a big fan of the Thor movies, but I thought the new trailer for Thor Ragnarok was pretty awesome.
It looks
pretty
fucking
fun.
great.
Yeah.
I've watched a few times now. It looks good.
Yeah. I mean, just his reaction when Hulk comes out and he's like, "Yes!" And with that, I can't believe I can't believe they got the Led Zeppelin song. I mean, they didn't even David Fincher couldn't get Led Zeppelin for The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. So Marvel's got the money. They got that Disney money.
Well, it's now that Iger isn't, or not Bob Iger, Ike Perlmutter. Now that he's not like guarding the checkbook, Kevin Feige's putting some money into it.
Yeah. and it looks really good. Kate Blanchett looks fantastic, and Taika Waititi, right? Is that his name? Is it Waititi or Waikiki?
I thought it's like Wakiti because there's a K.
Yeah. Okay. Well, his last movie, What We Do in the Shadows, is already being considered like a genre classic.
That's a great one. Great movie.
Yeah. So,
is that Jeff Goldblum in Ragnarok?
Yeah,
yes, it is.
And he didn't put on any makeup, man. He just put a little blue tint on him.
He doesn't need makeup. Jeff Goldblum is alien enough.
Well, it didn't work out for Independence Day Resurgence, but hopefully it'll work out for Thor. So,
my God.
I know Jason Mewes, for those who don't know this, Jay of Jane Silent Bob, he's actually starring and directing a horror movie.
I didn't know that. What's
it called? It was Madness in the Method. He's playing a version of himself in which Kevin Smith gives him some advice to take on method acting to be a serious actor, and in the process, he becomes a serial killer. He's directing it, and he's starring in it, as well as Kevin Smith, Dean Cain, Stan Lee, Judd Nelson, and Danny Trejo.
Dean Cain?
Yeah.
Superman Dean Cain?
Dean Cain and Terry Hatcher.
Wow. Okay.
I love when comedians direct horror films. Like we got David Arquette's The Tripper. Remember where the guy with the Ronald Reagan mask was like killing people?
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. About that movie.
There was that, and then of course Bobcat Goldthwait did that Willow Creek Bigfoot movie.
Mm-hmm.
So
that's right.
Oh, is that movie any good?
Yeah.
I don't know. I haven't seen it, but the guy who did the Blair, well, one of the guys, I think Eduardo Sanchez, who did the Blair Witch.
Oh yeah, I've seen that.
He did one, and I heard that one's really good. So
it's not bad. It's not bad. It's okay. It's not great.
I thought Jason Mewes. I thought that movie was going to be called "I Used to Be Addicted to Heroin. Now I'm Addicted to Methadone."
That's a long title on the marquee, Jay.
Well, it's something like abbreviated or something. It's track marks on my soul or something like that.
I think he's cleaned up for quite a few years, though.
Is he?
Yeah, for at least 5 years.
DJ Donnelly wants to know if we like porn, and Kenny Tar's in there's wanting to talk about Bonfire of the Vanities. So,
let's dive into the Q&A here. I've actually got some questions here that DJ Donnelly sent us on Facebook. Let me see here. He wants to know a question for each of us. What is your favorite movie from your birth year and your least favorite movie from your birth year?
Oh, Jesus.
Google. I know my favorite one is.
That's a pretty easy one for me. I was born in 1980, and that's when Friday the 13th came out. So, pretty easy
Rosemary's Baby.
So my favorite would probably be Back to the Future for me.
I gotta look it up.
I don't know what my worst one would be for that year, but definitely Friday the 13th would be.
Oh my God,
the best.
My God, I had a lot of good movies my year. I was 75. I had Jaws, Rocky Horror, Nashville, One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, Tommy.
Oh, wow.
A Picnic at Hanging Rock, Boy and His Dog, Death Race 2000. Come on, I can't pick one. Monty Python, The Holy Grail.
My favorite would have to be a very, very underrated war film called Uncommon Valor.
Ooh, nice.
With great cast: Gene Hackman, Fred Ward, Red Brown.
Wow.
Randall Tex Cobb.
Yeah. Worst? God, I gotta look at it.
So I think Back to the Future favorite, and then Police Academy 2 least favorite.
What?
No. Oh my God! Get off!
No.
Leave here! Leave here!
No. Are you? Police Academy 2 is almost the best one. What are you talking about?
What are you talking about?
Their first assignment.
All those Police Academy movies are classic. Every single one.
Oh my God! Well, once the Goot left, it was kind of hard, but yeah.
Well, once they went from an R rating to PG-13 and then to PG, that was really the death knell.
You were 2 years old, man. You don't know what.
There, man.
You weren't there.
Live it.
I was in the shit.
Listen. The rate that they turned those movies out, when I was done watching Police Academy 2, I saw the trailer for Police Academy 3. I was just so happy. Back in training, buddy. Come on.
Well, I mean,
that one I like. I like that one.
That one's
like part
PG.
3.
Has everybody given their favorite and least favorite from the movie year?
Least favorite would be, I guess, Smokey and the Bandit 3.
Come on, Jerry Reed love. No Jerry Reed love, huh?
I would say most overrated to me is Sleepaway Camp. I think the only reason that movie's known is the chick has a dick.
Spoilers.
That really is the only reason that movie is exceptional in any way.
I disagree. I love the characters. I love the dialogue. I love the I love just the weird atmosphere of it.
Some of the acting performances, it's odd.
Could never get into it. I don't know. Maybe I need to see it again.
That ending just is, the sausage on top of the sundae.
James Earl Jones' dad, isn't it?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yep. He plays the
one
cook.
of the cooks.
Yep.
Really?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
wow.
didn't know that was his dad. Wow.
Yeah, I think Jonathan Tiersten told us that when he was on here for the live commentary for Sleepaway Camp.
Okay.
Yep.
See, I love that movie for all those things, and then you throw that ending on there, and it's just like classic.
I had seen the movie before, and I got my friends to watch it, and I remembered that like it was serendipity that right towards the end of the movie, because remember they keep doing flashbacks throughout the whole movie, and finally one of them starts to go, wait a second. Wasn't it the boy who survived? It was like right at that point, and then like it was at the end where they're on the beach, and it was I couldn't believe how perfect it was that they came to the realization right at the moment that it's the horrible truth is revealed.
Yeah.
And it was weird because I saw that movie as a kid with my mom, and it was funny though because like I obviously when you're a kid and you're focused on a certain area, and then of course like then when you like rewatch it as an adult, it's like this weird thing of like this boy with a mask on of this girl, and she's like this.
Yeah,
and it's like what the hell? I don't even remember that part because I was too busy as a kid going, "Oh my god, this girl is a dick." So
your mom had some splaining to do, huh?
Yeah.
No, she was just like she was very calm about it. She was just like, "Oh yeah, I guess the boy survived." Like that was it.
Coolest way to handle it ever.
That's the best way to handle it. Yeah, it's just then move on.
How about that?
DJ's got another interesting question for us. He says, if the internet that we know and love today, where we have all the social media, existed in the 80s and 90s, do you think that underrated movies like Cobra and Last Action Hero would be more successful if the internet existed then?
Probably.
Like I guess if word of mouth through social media could have helped them.
Social media didn't help Scott Pilgrim.
I mean, you look at Dredd.
No, but
Dredd had great word of mouth, and that film bombed.
Yeah,
and I saw it in the theater, and there was no one around. Sadly, so.
I mean, it's tough to say though, because think about what Mike said about Predator 2 just a little while ago. It's like unless you saw a commercial that movie's coming out, you had no idea that was coming out. It's, I don't know. It's hard to say. I think now there are so many movies that come out. There's so much media. I don't know that you can compare the two time frames like apples to apples. I think social media could have had a more positive impact. If it's like you just transplant the social media aspect and you still have the same, like you still don't really have cable, you only have the movies that come out in theaters, but you have social media for word of mouth. I think that could have helped movies like that. I think I'd go on that side of it.
Actually, there probably would have been a group of people bitching about how modern movies suck and the movies of the 50s were the best ones ever made.
Yeah, that's true. Well, let's Kenny Tarr wants to know if we've seen Bonfire of the Vanities. He's asked this many times.
Yes, I have seen it.
Yes,
I've heard of it.
I've read it. I haven't seen the movie.
It's Brian De Palma.
Notorious it is.
Brian De Palma was coming off Casualties of War. He thought he could make anything. He decided to do this biting satirical film. It backfires spectacularly, and that's why people still talk about it, because it's just it as Pauline Kael said in her review of it. Bonfire of Vanity is the mess, but it's the kind of a mess only great filmmakers make. Hacks never go this far wrong. So,
You've got to be talented to make that much of a mess.
Yep.
Joseph Purdue wants to know favorite Lethal Weapon film and thoughts on the TV series.
Never saw the TV series. Favorite
No thoughts on the TV series. Don't care.
Yep.
Favorite stories. Gotta go
I
with the original.
I love 1, but 2 I think is my favorite because that movie just rocked in 1989.
Got to go with dudes.
Yeah.
I'm not
Yeah.
watching that fucking TV show.
Yeah, I think I fought like part 2. Part 1 is really good. It's a great action movie, but part 2 I think all the pieces come together. And adding Joe Pesci's character I think really just kind of, brings out the full picture. And by the way, I'm not someone who jumps on like parts 3 and 4. I like them, but yeah, part 2 I think would be my favorite. And I haven't seen the show. I've kind of actively avoided it. I like the movies too much, and I just don't see how you do that series justice on TV.
I don't understand why Damon Wayans would go from In Living Color to like Lethal Weapon as a TV show for Fox. I don't know. It's like really.
Money?
I mean,
I was gonna say paycheck. Maybe?
No, I know, but I'm saying that like he had so much promise back then, and to just be doing this is just
dude. He's
sad.
a working actor, man. There's a lot of people envious of him right now.
Yeah, but wasn't the last thing he did was like Marcy X? Like,
well, he had a long running TV show.
Oh, really?
Not Family and Kids or some shit like that. I mean, it was really successful.
Wife and Kids.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
I forgot.
Lethal Weapon is not being renewed, right, for second season. So
I'm too
Is
busy
it? I don't
watching
know.
Rush Hour, the TV show. So
Oh god.
But
It went like 4 episodes. At least Lethal Weapon made it a season.
I agree that the first film is a classic, but I do like part 2 because they followed the arc of the characters. They didn't make Mel Gibson's character going back to being brooding and angry again. He had somewhat resolved that at the end of the first film.
Yeah.
And now it was like, oh, these characters in a new adventure. I would probably have to go with part 2 just because it was so successful how they continued the story.
And also with part 2, no CGI. They really did pull down a house with a truck. Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I need to rewatch part 2, but I'll go with 1 as my favorite, and I could care less about the TV series.
I rewatched one sometime earlier this year, and I was kind of surprised. I'd forgotten how disturbingly dark Martin Riggs was. And how he was really suicidal. He was really a mental case. It wasn't like for jokes later on.
I'll be honest, that's partly why I'm not interested in seeing the TV series, is I just don't think if you're doing Lethal Weapon, like, you would need to do that. Like, that's the story of the first film, and like, it is really dark and kind of disturbing in parts. And I just don't like that's not going to be in a Fox like action comedy at 9 o'clock or 8 o'clock, whenever the hell.
like
it's on,
like that one scene when Glover points the gun at him and he puts it in his mouth. He's like, hey, if you're psycho, go ahead and pull the trigger. He's like, oh, under my chin and blow it off straight, right? And then he's like, yeah, I'm hungry. Let's get a sandwich.
Yeah.
Just how he transitions from about to die. That was just like, wow, that character
But
is really.
I love him too because it's like you totally believe when they get that assignment to protect Joe Pesci that it really is like this shit assignment. Like the movie stops and you're like, why are we going here? And so when they start like just the moment they walk in and start beating him up and pushing him around and stuff, it's like, yeah, you believe it because these two guys are just fucking with him.
Yeah.
It's hilarious.
Pesci was great.
Okay.
Yeah.
I couldn't. You see him in Goodfellas, and then you see him in that. You're like, damn.
Yeah.
He actually has range.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is shocking actually.
The fact that Goodfellas and Home Alone came out within 2 months of each other.
Yeah, it's like, wow.
He's also in that movie. Pesci is what's it called? I'll Remember or Remember You with Brendan Fraser and Moira Kelly. Actually, that's another like film that shows Joe Pesci's range because it's a different character than even the comedy character from Lethal Weapon or the loudmouth gangster guy from those other movies.
Was that With Honors?
Yeah.
With Honors. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'll Remember was the Madonna song that like played over the credits.
Oh, okay.
With Honors is the movie. Yes. Thank you. Oh, some of the people in the chat too. Yes, With Honors.
Let's see. Austin Carden wants to know, speaking of Bill Paxton, would you guys think of doing a commentary on Twister next season?
Sure, I'm up for it. I love that movie.
Tornado.
I'm down for
Sometimes
anything.
thought of
My
finger of God.
on my channel, I might be doing a commentary for Boxing Helena in for Bill Paxton because he's hilarious in that movie.
Well, we can
Wait,
have a
Boxing Helena, isn't that the one where Sherilyn Fenn like loses her arms and legs and
Yeah,
just
Jennifer Lynch's movie. But he is absolutely hilarious in that movie. So
Robert Plainview's in there too.
Is that the one that Kim Basinger pulled out of and got sued?
Yep.
Okay.
Ah.
It's a love story about if you guys haven't seen it, it's a love story about a man so obsessed with a woman that he removes her arms and legs and keeps her alive in a box.
Well, hold on. It's because she gets hit by a car, and so he like saves her life, if I remember.
Well,
correctly.
that's how they create the story. But the story that was presented to Jennifer Lynch was, I want you to tell this story. She tried to make it more conventional, but yeah.
Okay.
It sounds like that episode of the X-Files called Home.
It's actually more. It's actually more like the Red Shoe Diaries.
Yeah, some good Sherilyn Fenn nudities in that one.
Speaking of Sleepaway Camp, Bradley Taylor has been dying for us to do a Sleepaway Camp 2 and/or 3 commentary for quite some time. Would anybody be interested in doing Sleepaway Camp 2 and 3 next season?
I'd have to get a hold of it. Because I think I used to have it, and I think I got rid of it finally.
For those of us who don't have it, send in some money to the Sausage Factory Patreon so we can buy the Scream Factory Blu-rays, please.
Was Bradley Taylor on Home Improvement?
I think if we could,
let's do a live commentary. Let's do a live commentary of Pamela Springsteen.
Oh yeah, she'd be up for that. Yeah. She'd be up for it.
She's not busy.
I actually like 2 and 3. I'd be up for it.
Yeah,
as long as it's not the fucking Return to Sleepaway Camp.
Yeah,
fat fuck.
Didn't they make another one too?
There might be. I think there's a 5th one too.
I thought they were working on like a remake with Felissa Rose in it or something. Like, wasn't she coming back for something?
Oh, hold on a second. Kenny Tarr has the right suggestion in here. Jaws 3 live commentary. Louis Gossett Jr., Dennis Quaid. Come on.
Well, yeah, I mean, of course.
Oh God, I have to wear my 3D glasses again.
Austin Carden tweets at us. He says, "Since tonight is your last show of the season, hope you guys have a great summer, and I'll be looking forward. To any summer specials." So, well, thank you, Austin. We hope you have a great summer, and we may throw out a couple of summer specials.
Ooh, yeah.
I really hope you do some more of those vlogcasts this summer. Those are fun.
Oh yeah. Oh, for sure. Yeah, for sure. See if we got any new tweets coming through.
So I did see a question from the Cartoon Man about a commentary on a movie that's so bad it's good. I would need an example. Like, what are you referring to? Something like what, Samurai Cop?
Well,
or something dumb like that.
How long have you been watching this show?
I'm trying to think of just one that's Troll 2 jumps to mind, of course.
Rock and Roll
Jaws
Nightmare.
4.
Rock and Roll Nightmare. Jaws 4, of course.
Rock and Roll Nightmare. Yay! Riff Tracks did Rock and Roll Nightmare. There's a, and it's like a synced thing already. You can just buy it outright.
Well, I guess we won't be doing that one.
But I was trying to think of ones that were easily accessible.
Rock and Roll Zombies.
Troll 2 is pretty accessible. Rock and Roll Zombies. I don't know about that.
I think Slumber Party Massacre 2 or something would be.
Oh, that'd be great. Yeah. I'd love to do those. Yeah, those.
I think that's like on Amazon too. I think we could get that.
Yeah, those are so fun.
I say the Thing prequel to make you guys suffer.
Oh God, no. If Tammy and the T-Rex was more accessible, that would be a great one.
So bad it's good. There's nothing good about that.
Yeah. We should do a.
Me enjoying the suffering would be good for me.
For those of you who like Doctor Strange, we'll revisit Scott Derrickson's Hellraiser Inferno.
I forgot he did that. That's right.
Oh, Joseph Perdue says that Lethal Weapon has been renewed for a second season.
Oh, it was. Oh wow.
Oh well. Put the gun in your mouth now.
EJ tweets at us. He says next season suggestion: the Hitcher commentary.
Ooh, I love it.
Not a bad idea. That'd be awesome, actually. Yes, exactly.
Not the remake.
Oh yeah, he puts he's made sure to specify the original.
Isn't Sophia Bush in that? The remake?
The remake.
Yeah,
I think it's
she is no Jennifer Jason Leigh. Okay.
She's no C. Thomas Howell either.
Rutger Hauer is the one that carried that.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
And you know the scary thing about the thing that really pissed me off about the remake of the Hitcher, there's a scene where they're in the motel room and they're watching a Birds remake because Platinum Dunes since 2006 has been wanting to make the Birds remake, and now they are finally. So get ready for that.
They're watching a Birds remake?
Yeah. And it was Platinum.
Real.
No, it was Platinum
Wow.
Dunes teasing the fact of what their next film was going to be, and then they didn't do it, but now they are making it.
I don't even like the original.
I saw Birds 2 in the 90s. I had it recorded for some
That's
reason.
it. There's a So Bad It's Good commentary right there. Birds 2 Lands End.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah,
Well,
fucking-
so bad it's good. Waxwork 2. Come on.
I like Waxwork too.
Yeah, I like Waxwork too.
No, I mean,
I
so
love
bad
that
it's
movie.
good.
A straight up Waxwork
Straight up good.
commentary would be good. maybe season 6 can be just all commentaries.
Yeah.
Just one commentary after another.
It's just trailer reactions and commentaries.
Let's see if we got any more tweets coming through. If anybody's got an eye on the live chat and there's some questions going on in there, throw those out there too. I'm looking at the Twitter feed.
Yeah. They're talking about Chevy Chase movies in the chat.
Well, so someone asked a question that I actually think is kind of oddball. It's different than what we usually address. But Wildman Beyond asks, do you think Westerns are misunderstood nowadays since everybody hates them so much?
I don't think everybody hates them. I just think they're not relevant.
Yeah.
That way of life is pretty far removed from our modern society. So it's, I don't know. Maybe it's just not interesting anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's largely why, and that's why I think you start to see them moving towards like TV. It I think handles the material a little better. I don't know that mass audiences are as interested in them.
Horror Reel wants us to do a Porky's commentary, and Cole wants us to do a Schindler's List
Fuck
commentary.
that. We're not doing that.
Oh god, I'm not doing shit.
A Soul Man commentary.
Soul Man, I would
Soul
do.
Man would be good. That'd be good. Soul Man would be good.
And also The Stepfather they want us to do.
Oh, that'd be good. That'd be good.
The original.
Love the Stepfather.
Yeah,
course.
the original.
Love the Stepfather.
Yeah.
Terry
He
O'Quinn,
says-
love him.
Yep.
Do it.
I like the
Showing.
Stepfather too.
John Locke, bitches.
Well, guys, let's.
We'll do Johnny Mnemonic next.
Oh God. I guess we can go ahead and put season 5 of the Sausage Factory to bed. Anybody have any closing thoughts on this season? Any shows stand out for you guys? Is your favorites of season 5? Any moments? Any conversations?
I had some of the biggest laughs I've had this year with you guys on this show. I've literally almost peed my pants several times with some of our jokes and some of our conversations and stuff. And I just want to throw this out there before we go off that we're taking a break on the season, but we're not taking breaks from videos just in general on our own individual channels. So make sure you guys are subscribed to all of our channels that we have. So because we always upload random weird things all the time. So
Yeah, definitely.
Where do I start? The Friday the 13th, was it the versus things we did?
Oh yeah.
yeah.
You know, the commentaries are always great, but I like the variety that we do. We do subject driven. We do the verses now, and I had 5 seasons in, and we're still going strong. Every show was fun. I always look forward to it. I get to hang out with my friends and talk to people. It's good stuff.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think I definitely echo that sentiment, and definitely what Cameron said. Like, I just with moving and everything, I've been kind of discombobulated from sort of my social circle. So this has been, you guys have definitely gotten some laughs out of me I might not have had otherwise. It's been a good year. I'm glad I've gotten to participate. Hopefully, I'll participate a little more next year if I'm invited. Of course, I don't want to presume, but
Well, it's up to Orc.
I know it is up to Orc. I've been chatting him up offline to keep that relationship going.
I know Orc had some. He's kept a pretty extensive HR file on you on all your absences.
Yeah.
You almost got booted for that Police Academy 2 remark. Just so you know.
That's true.
What did we do? What was the one last week? Was that Unreal? I'm trying to think what that show was, because whatever we did last week,
Bill Murray.
the Bill Murray show might have been like my favorite show. I had
awesome.
a blast doing that show. Like that was just a really fun time. That was a good time. I hope the audience, like the folks watching, could tell, because I was enjoying myself. I think you guys were too.
Well, just a little tip for you, Eric. You send an edible arrangement over to Orc every couple of months, you'll stay on his good side.
and the special kind of edibles are now legal where he's at. So
hey, they're legal
you
with
go.
me too. I can probably put them right in the basket for him. There we go.
There you go.
Guys.
You can't ship it across state lines, dude.
Well, shh.
He'll pack it up. He'll pack it up nice and neat. They'll never know.
Put it in a Scream Factory Blu-ray. They won't check that.
That's funny. Oh goodness. Yeah. Anybody else? Closing thoughts? Favorite moments from season 5?
It's just always a shitload of fun.
That was a great idea.
People really like the Halloween commentaries we did for
great.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
To support the guy that the fundraiser. That was great. People really enjoyed that.
Yeah,
a lot of fun that night.
That was a lot of fun. That was awesome. Yeah.
I think, is that the one I accidentally fell asleep with?
Yeah.
But
Because
that was 4, 5, and 6, right?
that was 4, 5,
Yeah, it
and
was.
6.
We did all
yeah.
three.
I remember we got to 6 and I kind of. Yeah.
And let me thank everybody out there in Sausage Factory Nation again who donated. We raised. You guys were very generous. We raised a nice little sum of money to help Chris, with whatever he needed to get back into his home, which he is moved back into his home. And Chris, if you're watching, hope you have a great summer too. And so let's go ahead and let's put season 5 of the show to bed. Huge thanks to everybody out there. All of our viewers, you guys are awesome. The live chat is always very, very lively. We appreciate all you guys. And big thanks to the panel who take the time out of their Thursday nights to talk movies and God knows what else. It's live, so I mean, you just never know what you're going to. That's part of the beauty of this show. Is that you just never know what you're going to get because it's live and we go on tangents and we go off the rails and you just, we could be talking about Beauty and the Beast and 2 seconds later it turns into a prison rape story.
We got to hear about Cole detailing the Babysitters Club.
My Little Pony.
Oh man, you never know where we're gonna go.
I found out what fans of Kelly Kapowski you guys are.
Yeah.
Bundy.
Except for Mike. Mike was the Bundy.
Someone made a comment in the chat earlier that we always find a way to bring it back to Friday the 13th. And I think that's true. I'm sure Friday the 13th came up even last week during the Murray commentary in some way.
It usually does.
When we were talking about meatballs.
One way or the other, it probably does. Yeah. I'm sure just about at least probably 85% of this show, there's a Friday the 13th reference in it. So.
Nothing wrong with that. That's just part of the value we provide.
Not a darn thing wrong with that. Not at all. So, Mike, why don't you send us off on your wise words for the summer?
Well, I don't know if they're wise words, but there's a disturbing trend of social media contributing to the suicide of young people. The age group like 11 to 15, right in those tough years of when you're going through puberty and you have thoughts you're not used to and you have chemical changes in your body, so life is confusing. And now with social media, you have people posting things about you. You can't get away from it. In the old days, it was just a small circle. If somebody made fun of you, only a few people would hear it. But now it goes worldwide, and I think that's a power that needs to be respected. But people ultimately need to understand that life is worth living. Your life matters. Sometimes you have to be your own best friend and not really worry about what other people say about you. What happens tomorrow doesn't matter as much as what happens in 10 years. And in 10 years, a lot of those people you're having problems with are not going to be around anymore. But if you're having problems, reach out to somebody. There's plenty of support groups and phone numbers you can call. Talk to a parent, a teacher, somebody, a cop. Don't just give up and take your life, because ultimately, that's a horrible tragedy that doesn't need to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Amen.
Yeah.
Very
well
powerful.
said. Well said.
So we care about you, damn it. Isn't that enough? Stop it.
Shit, man. Get on the chat. Talk with us for our shows. Love to have
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Join in.
What's your favorite Friday the 13th?
Exactly.
Yeah, there you go. But ultimately, I had problems with bullies. Back then, it was like, man up, deal with it. You know, kick his ass. What are you, a girl? What are you, a pussy? You know. So I had to figure out strategies on my own to deal with these people. And one of the ones I found was that everybody has a bully. So whoever's fucking with you, find the person that they're afraid of and make friends with them.
Yeah, it's like, remember that movie, My Bodyguard, right?
And then set them up for an ass whooping and enjoy yourself. I mean, sweet revenge. You got to.
I would say this was heartwarming until Mike started providing like anti-bully.
Hey,
go on the offensive.
Matt Dillon was afraid of Adam Baldwin for a reason, all right? In My Bodyguard, and
it's
worked.
like, it's illegal to hide in a bush with a baseball bat, but I understand. I understand. Sometimes you got to kneecap a bitch. Just the way it is.
But there's you know, there's
satire
a lot
that is
of
in no way a recommendation of kneecapping people.
No.
But there's
it's
a lot
illegal. I understand it though. You know. I didn't say it was
lot
right.
of resources out there at your disposal if you are depressed, if you're suicidal. Pick up a phone, send an email, go talk to a counselor, talk to your parents, talk to somebody.
And hopefully I made you laugh, because really laughing is the best thing about being alive.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Being happy, allowing yourself to laugh and be happy. And you can laugh at these ridiculous people that are trying to mess with you, because ultimately they're worth laughing at. They've earned it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well said. Good, very wise words to lead us into the summer and to wrap up season 5 of the show. Again, huge thanks to all of our viewers. We appreciate it. Thanks to everybody who sent us questions for the Q&A. Thanks to everybody who tuned in and watched Predator 2 with us. Thanks again to the panel. We will, if you're not following us on social media, on Facebook and Twitter, do so, because if we do some summer shows, and we probably will, we'll update you guys first on social media. So follow us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter. Those links are in the description. And have a great summer, a great, safe, happy summer, and we'll see you guys again soon. Peace.
Later.
Peace out.
Kneecap a bitch.
Sometimes you got to do it.
Grab a tire iron, son.
We can't go out on that. Peace and love. Peace and love. Peace and love.
And if that don't work, a tire iron is the backup.
No. Peace and love. Peace and love.